Meltology is the study and exploration of melted structures that were damaged during an extreme heat event that apparently took place in our not-so-distant past. We're talking temperatures well above 6,000 degrees. The evidence is all around us. You just can't miss the melt. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired. The word mountain has no standardized geological meaning, so there's that. Meltology 101. Boom, baby. Tardy glue buffet right here. A successful woman is a woman who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that others have thrown at her. I don't have haters, I have fans in denial, baby. This is a jackwagon free zone. How many people were in the car when JFK was assassinated? Boom, baby.
Yourself. Check. Check. So you better run a check. Come on and check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah. Come on, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Jiggy check. Yeah. Jiggy check. before you wreck yourself.
Motherfucker.
Better run a check. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. Cause bitches like you is bad for my health. Yeah. Chickity check. Yeah. Chickity check. Yeah. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. We mix old school tip. Yeah. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Mix old school tip. Yeah. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
What is up, everybody? I know I am running late. All kinds of stuff is going on behind the scenes here. And Patty, if you want to know what I'm talking about, you'll have to contact me. I love you, girl. All right, I got my brother from another mother, my wingman, my co-host, SHEPU here with me. What's up, SHEPU?
Hi, Jen.
How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. And you? I hope you're all good.
I'm doing well. I'm doing much better now that I'm on here. I was just, everything all happened at once. And it was just like, ah! And then I couldn't find my lighter, my purple lighter. Anyway, here I am. And here we are. And CFM's supposed to join us tonight, but he is running late as well. So he'll be here shortly. And it'll be the three amigos tonight. I'm excited about that. And Jinx, the three amigos plus Jinx.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
And Jinx?
How's she doing? She in heat again?
No.
Okay. She's usually very vocal when she's in heat.
Yes. No, just
Yeah.
I won't even say it just to not jinx her or anything.
You don't want to
She's
jinx
good right now.
No jinx in the jinx.
No. She wears her name really good. You know.
My mom's like that. She's all about like, don't talk about it too much. We'll jinx it. Like it won't happen or something. You know, like I'm like, Mom, it doesn't work like that. You know, it only you're giving it that energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got like a story for that.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because it's like think bad or good about it. Just don't think about it because you're like your body, your own, your what you call it. I don't know how to call it, but doesn't know the difference between if it's a bad thing or a good thing. But if you always think about it, you're gonna manifestate it. Like example, like I got this friend.
I don't want to be late for work. I don't want to be late for work, and then you hit every red light.
Exactly, because you're saying you're gonna be
Yeah. Because you're talking about what you don't want.
Yeah.
And you're not verbalizing it in the correct frequency.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They have us trapped in our language, and we say things backwards a lot. And so you'd be like, I'm grateful for getting to work on time, instead of saying I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late, because all the universe hears is that you want to be late. It doesn't even know what the word don't means.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
The story I was going to say, I have this friend that every time she goes to do like the groceries or just go for take her car to go someplace, she always has a story like somebody just cut her up, and just every time I cannot believe it, because
it's because she expects
but she says it again, I'm gonna somebody's gonna cut me off just before she even leaves, so
it's already going to happen. Now, if she could understand that power of manifestation and use it to her benefit, her whole world would change.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't think about it, or think that something, not even something, because it doesn't know which one. Jinx, come on.
I learned about manifestation years and years ago. Do you remember the little documentary called The Secret?
Yeah.
It was called The Secret. And that and water, the frequency of water, when you can put a certain frequency into it and it'll change its configuration. Like say if you're like saying I hate you to a glass of water, and then you freeze it, it's going to come all warped out and stuff. And you look at it under a microscope, if you tell it I love you, when you look at it under a microscope, it's got these beautiful crystals and stuff.
Yeah.
It's because your energy is going out, and it's affecting whatever it's going out to. And if you're hating on somebody, then that energy is going out to them or whatever. And of course, if they're fueling the fire and they're hating you back and all that stuff, it's just double negative.
Yeah. But actually, when you hate like somebody else, your body doesn't know that you hate somebody. It thinks that you hate yourself. So it's
exactly. You're another me and I'm another you. And that's how it works. Yeah. And that's why forgiveness is extremely important, and not just shoving things under the rug and forgetting about it, because that frequency will stay there.
Yeah.
Saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I like to live my life. Just it's the same thing as the saying in the Bible. That's not the same again, like the golden rule. you know, to do unto others, but I don't know the rest. But
yeah, that's what I do. I do unto others what I would want them to do unto me, you know? So if I stab your ass in the back, I would expect you to stab my ass in the back as well, because that's what I'm putting out and that's what I'm going to receive back. Clearly I need lessons in forgiveness, because it always seems like somebody's doing something to me that I have to forgive them for and overlook and get through and work out and everything. But it takes two to do that. I can't do it all on my own. I can to a certain extent, but I think the mature, upstanding thing to do is to just address it, correct it, and move forward. Because if you don't, then you're just stuck in the muck. And who wants to be stuck in the muck? Unless you're a mushroom, then you'd want to be stuck in the muck. I was a mushroom once, and it was really fun, actually.
yeah, that's another kind of.
Yeah. What's up, Jenny?
Hi, Jenny.
Glad you made it. I just don't like unresolved situations, and I find a lot of situations that pertain to me are unresolved, and that's a problem for me, because I can't pretend. I'm not a pretender. I'm a truther, okay? I'm not a pretender, or this would be the Pretender 69 channel. And another thing I have a problem with, since we're talking about it, is when people hear crap about me, because I'm sure everybody in here has heard crap about me. Has anybody come to me and asked me if this crap is true? No. For some reason, they just eat it all up and digest it and take it as the truth. So that's a problem. Not for me, for them, but I'm just saying. If you're digesting and ingesting false information and taking it as truth, then you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because clearly you're taking disinformation and misinformation as truth. There's a problem there. There's a disconnect.
Yeah.
I've waited, and I've waited, and I'm still waiting, okay? It's been months and months and months and months and months. And everybody knows who's involved, knows what I'm talking about. So I'm just saying, I'm just a little tired of waiting. I can't pretend that nothing happened. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm not saying I hate you. I'm not saying I want to get a knife and shove it in your fucking back. Wait, let me get one of the ones out of my back and shove it in your fucking back. I'm not saying that, because I would never do that, because I treat others how I want to be treated. And if I heard some fucked up shit about you, I would contact you and say, hey, I heard this fucked up shit about you. Is it true? And I would give you that courtesy. But I don't get that. And that's not cool. It's just not cool. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I love everybody. Everybody's welcome here. I just want to feel the love back a little. Is that wrong? I don't think so. Anyway, no. It speaks to the person is what I'm saying. Okay? It speaks to your character and your integrity of who you are. That being said, let's just move on. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly, Jen.
Shawnee's like, Jen's on a roll. Yeah, don't get me started. Look, I just got my boyfriend tonight. Tito's here.
Oh, Tito is there.
Look out. Anyway. He's not Mr. Right, but he's Mr. Right now.
Oh, Jen. That's funny.
I'm just playing. I'm having a little fun, trying to get loosened up here. We all love you, Jen. Thank you, Shawnee. So, while we're waiting for CFM to get here, tell me what's been going on with you, SHEPU. Have you done any more boots on the ground lately?
Today I went out for a bike ride again, and it was a nice day. And I bring my camera just in case, but I didn't plan to stop anywhere. But on my way back home, I saw that the gate where it usually locked, where the casino quarry. So I went there again and take some footage of the place that we already showed. Nothing changed, you know. Just the leaves are now different colors. but a little less foliage around the wall, so you see it a bit more, but
That's good.
nothing like major. Because I was supposed to go with iReal Media, shoot some stuff, but it's he lives like really like 20, 30, no, maybe
Mm-hmm.
30 kilometers from here, and it's might be
30
like
kilometers, is that like what, 20 miles or something? Kilometers? Miles?
no idea.
Less, right? It's never more.
Yeah, kind of, but it would take me like
Hey,
40
Juan, you're
45
on time
minutes
tonight.
45 minutes bike ride just to get to his place and back. And I said, I don't want to be too tired for tonight's show. And I said, well, let's postpone this to another time. And, it's really hard to do it without a car,
Yeah.
So maybe next spring we'll have a car, and maybe it'll be more appropriate with me, because I really don't like to be stuck, somewhere when I can just leave when I want. That's the
Right.
worst thing I can be. I can become like the person you don't want beside you, because I want to leave, and
Yeah.
nothing can stop me, and I become really irritated. So I don't want to be like that. So I take the precaution to not be like that.
Do you get like that when you go to your friends' houses and stuff and hang out? Like, do you have a way to leave when you want?
No, that's another thing. I go to places where I know I won't have a problem if I
Uh-huh.
need to leave. I know that somebody will bring me home back again. But
Yeah.
if I know to a place that I know I will be stuck there, I don't like that at all.
No, I got you. And it only takes that one situation to make you feel that way, and it's like never again. And I had one of those situations. It was years ago in Florida, and I was hanging out with this girl that I met at work, this restaurant I was working at. And she's like, you're so nice. I really like you. I have to tell you this. And she let a bomb loose on my ass. And I was with her in her car and her kid. And I was like pushing her kid around in the stroller. We're walking around the mall, having a great time. I'm getting to know this girl. I'm like, oh, I got a friend. And I'm not going to get into what was said, but I was like, yeah, take me home. Just take me home right now. And, that's an awkward ride home. But ever since then, anywhere I've went, I've always made sure, it doesn't matter where it's at. It could be the smallest little thing. I make sure I have my means of getting around. I don't want to have to rely on somebody else at all for anything.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
no bueno. It's a very uncomfortable situation, because when you want to leave, whatever the situation is, you want to leave. And when my mind gets made up, it's done. There's really no turning it around. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, because just like you said, you won't fake it. So
Yeah.
some people maybe can fake it until they
until they get
I
home.
yeah. But
Be like, okay, all right, let's sit here and let's be fake. I'm not fake. I'm not fake. I'm as real as it fucking gets. I'm so fucking real, you'll be begging for a lie from me. That's how real I am. So, just like, my sister, I was out with her one time, and we actually did some acid together. It was when we were younger, really young, okay? And I kind of like did it, and then like I kind of like threw it out of my mouth, because I didn't really do it. I kind of halfway did it, right? Because I'd never done it before. And I started feeling it, and I'm like, I want to go home. And she's like, no, you're not going home. You're staying here. You're staying here with us. And I'm like, no, I'm going home. And I started to leave, and she's like, well, what are you going to do? You're going to walk? And it was like a whole neighborhood away from where I was with them. And I'm like, my sister's like, she's not going to walk all the way home. She's not going to do it. And her and her girlfriend are following behind me. I'm all like, because I was like power walking all the time. So I was like a fast walker. And sure enough, she's like, she's really going to fucking walk home. And I did. I walked home. I had the craziest night at my house by myself with my dog. I'm hearing all these fucking noises, and my dog's laying right next to me on the floor. Her name was Taz, and she's a pit bull, and she's not moving. So I know if she heard the noises that I was hearing, she would be like freaking out, but clearly it was in my head. Anyway, the point being is that I made up my mind to leave, and I left. It didn't matter if I had to walk fucking like 10 blocks to get home or whatever, 25, 30 minutes. I was doing it.
yeah, I do. I do this.
I sent you the wrong link. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let me get that link again.
Yeah, I do this some really
Everything's just been
often,
crazy.
because when I go someplace, sometime I sleep there, and I wake up really early no matter what. Even if I go to sleep late in the morning, I still wake up really early before anyone else, and sometimes I just can't stay there because they will only like get up like 3 hours later than me, and I'm alone doing nothing. So I just usually walk, even if it takes me 1 or 2 hours. If it's more than that, maybe I'll think twice before walking, because I know one time I did walk for like an hour and a half to get to my place, and I didn't have like the right shoes because we were at the party before, and they were not like shoes to walk in. And when I got home, my feet were like all full of blisters and stuff. But anyway, I got home, but
that's the point. You got home, and when you feel the way you feel, that's how you feel, can you think about all the places you used to walk when you were younger? I mean, I used to go all over the place in the vicinity of my neighborhood, like all the outskirts of the neighborhoods and stuff, like everywhere. We'd be like, oh, let's go here. Let's go. Just walk and walk and walk and walk. And then we started hanging out with guys who have cars, and then we're like not walking anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, too, I was like the first one who got a car. Yeah, out of my friends, I was the first one who got a car and his license. And I'm the first one that doesn't have a car now. So it's so funny. I used to drive everyone around, and now that's what they do with me.
When I got my first car, I was a senior in high school, and my grandma up in Rhode Island, she sent me like $5,000 for graduation and stuff. But she sent it like halfway through the year, so I got a car. And once I got a car, I was just like, I'm doing my own thing, get my own stuff, go get my own ass to my own places I want to go and stuff. And then I let my boyfriend use my car to go to work one day, and he fucking blew up the engine. Yeah, I had the thing for like not even like 6 months. It was a Renault Alliance. I paid $2,000 for it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. A long time ago. I was 18. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away that doesn't exist. Let's just say it. What do you got? A bug?
Yeah, there was some kind of a fruit fly or something.
Isn't it weird how those big fruit flies come out of nowhere? Do you ever notice that?
Yeah, they come out of water somewhere.
They come out of somewhere, because I had one in my house last year, and it was always when I was sitting down there at the computer. And we have somebody backstage. Welcome,
hey.
CFM. How are you?
How are you?
Sorry, I
in
gave
the
you
wrong saloon.
No worries. I was running late. I was outside working, and I had to burn a bunch of things, and they decided to burn at their own speed. So that's why I was a little late, but a little tardy, I should say.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's why I did the virtual background. I'm not ready to all that stuff. Forget it.
It's all good. I'm just glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have some Google Earth fun tonight, looking at all kinds of crazy stuff.
Nice. Googly Earth. I like it.
Googly Earth, yeah.
Did you ever see that thing with on Saturday Night Live? It was, what's that guy, Christopher Walken, where he made everything better with googly eyes?
No.
It was funny. He had to be there.
He's got googly eyes anyway.
Yeah, he does.
No matter what he does.
And hello to everybody in the chat. Everyone's saying hi. It's the usual suspects in there, so good to see you all.
405 or Soul Survivor showed up tonight. What's up? Got nowhere else to go?
Nice.
Here we are.
And here we are. Yeah, you're lucky you don't have to hear those tonight. I can't hit those buttons from here.
Yeah, and Patty G's not like saying in the chat, oh, play the puking tiger.
Yeah.
Piss the chat off. I'm like kidding with you. I'm a good sport. I don't care.
Yeah.
Very true.
Now that looks familiar.
I did notice it's a voiceover though.
That looks familiar. I like it.
Anyway, yes.
Oh yeah, the puking tiger is a voiceover, but it's still awesome. Only show that has a puking tiger. We just gotta say.
I mean, before your show, I've never seen a tiger puke, so that was the first for me.
You're welcome.
And I don't need to ever see it again. So there's that. You know, it's really weird is when you watch your cat puke up a hairball.
No, yeah, that's
crazy.
no bueno. No.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
I don't like hearing it.
Mancoons have really long hair, and my cat Smokey, man, I'm like, what is he doing? He's like,
coughing.
I don't know, like The Exorcist, like in Rewind or something.
And I noticed I don't see Melanie in the chat, so I'm technically not late. Is that how that works?
I don't see Johnny in the chat either yet, so maybe they're late together.
Yeah, Johnny's there.
Oh, there he is. Cool. Where's Melanie, Johnny?
Oh.
Yeah, I know you love the tiger, Patty.
We'll never get rid of the tiger.
I remember the last show when she's like, yay, and I'm like this. I gave a finger. You know, whenever I do this, guys, I don't really mean like, you know, screw you. I just mean like, fuck you in a funny way.
In the funny way, exactly.
In the funny way, the funny Italian way. Hey, fungu. Anyway, I'm so happy you're here, CFM.
Oh,
it's
thanks.
Amigos back again.
Right? It's good to see you both.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. It's been a while.
How's Jeannie doing? Is she doing good?
Yeah, she was. There you
Hi,
go.
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
The silent wife speaks.
Silent wife. I gotta say, anytime I think of Jeannie, I think of Ape Cave and how cool as a cucumber she was. Like, is that light at the end of the tunnel? Oh no, it's just our flashlight.
No, she was cool right up until the end.
Yeah.
And in the last 20 minutes, she was like, all right, we need to get the heck out of this.
Yeah, we need to figure this out. And the last 20 minutes was the hardest to get out. We saw those people coming in. They were coming in, and we're like, how much further? And like, oh, yeah, we just got another pile to go over. Like,
yeah.
Like it was nothing. It was the biggest pile of shit we had to climb over.
Never again. Only by God's grace that we all made it out. It doesn't make any sense otherwise.
Yeah, we only had headlamps on, guys. We needed like a million lumen flashlight to be in this place, so we could really see what it was that we were tackling.
We had 3 headlamps, and one of them died, so we had 2, and we had no water because they told us not to bring in food or water.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you could disturb the bats that have never existed. So, yeah, so there's that.
First off, it took us 3.5 hours to get through. What was it? A mile or a quarter mile? How far was it that we had to go? You remember?
I don't.
I thought it was like a mile.
Yeah, I could look it up, but it
took us 3 hours because we had to climb over, realize we went the wrong way, climb back down, climb around, find a new route over to climb over, only to find out we had another pile right in front of us to climb over. I'm like, how are we going to get over that? And that took 3 hours. What if you get stuck in there? And they're like, yeah, you can't have any water. It's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, not that I will ever do it again, but if I did, I would have brought water. I don't care what the sign says.
You're doing it again because I'm coming out there.
No.
But we're going to go on the easy side this time.
Jeannie reminded me we'd have to be carrying it. There's no way we could have done it. So we'd have to get one of those like backpack, or how about the helmet ones that they use at the ball games? Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I am still convinced that those 2 little women that we saw, whether they were Asian or what, I don't know. Those 2 little old ladies that came towards us when we were going in did not come all the way through. They didn't.
It's impossible. They couldn't have.
No.
They were barely walking over the stuff we saw.
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, whatever. And, you know, like, how the hell did these ladies get over this stuff? Yeah. They must have saw what they were in for and turned back at the first pile. Like, yeah, this isn't the easy way. This is an extremely difficult way. Anyway.
Hey, hon, you're getting love in the chat and also for your soap. So there you go.
Nice.
Guys, look at that right there. Yeah, look at it. Just look at it.
That one cracks me up because I'm like, look at it, just look at it.
Oh, we couldn't. I'll tell you, everyone, why it took us 3 hours. Because for the first hour, Jen couldn't go 2 feet without look at this, look at that.
It was everywhere. It was red, melted brick everywhere.
I felt like I had to tie a rope on you and start pulling you forward because you just.
Yeah, and then the stick. Remember the stick? You're like trying to give me a stick or something. I'm like, I'll need the stick. I throw it. You're like, wait, I could have used it.
Yeah. Oh, here's a nice thing. I found a walking stick. Maybe, I'll find another one, but, chivalrously, I'll give it to the women and say, here's a stick. It'll help you walk through. She's like, chucks this thing. Well, you could have asked me.
I needed that hand to hold on to stuff while the other hand was holding the phone.
That's true. Yeah, you didn't want to trade the phone. You didn't want to trade the stick for the phone.
was a whole hour worth of footage. That was not easy.
No, well, we still would probably go over that another time. Just have to pick a night where Jeannie's not watching because it gives her angst to watch it now.
I know Juan Torres and I think somebody else, maybe Melanie, gets like, post-traumatic stress from watching it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where we were going. I was just following you. I don't know where this is leading.
There was only one way in and one way out, basically. I mean, we could have turned around, but when you're halfway through it, you know what you went over. And some of those things we couldn't have gone backwards. You know what I mean? There's that one you had to like use the rope pull and go up a wall. It was really
yeah. If you're a little overweight, you would have had a problem with that. Anybody who was a little overweight, because it was a slim little thing you had to wiggle through there.
Yeah.
Climbing up that one thing, that was crazy. But the skylight, the first skylight that we came to, we're like, can we climb out of here? Is it possible? Like,
and that's the thing too. When you're walking through a completely dark tunnel, anytime you see light, like every once in a while, our lights would bounce off of a wall and we thought we saw light and it was just us. And then you get to this skylight. It's an area where the tube or whatever it is had a hole that fell through. But I don't see any way you could actually climb out of it unless you're like Tom Cruise or something.
Right. So, or like Spider-Man or something.
Right. But that light, all of a sudden you think you're out, but you're not.
Well, let me tell you, by the time we got to that skylight, I considered trying to figure out a way to scale this wall.
Well, we all did, but there was no way. Plus it had the only place that had a little bit of water dripping down. So it was all wet and slicker.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And then we walk a little further. We see some people coming at us. These two girls that, like, they're all like fresh looking in their little cute little workout outfits, coming in talking. I'm like, how much further? And they're like, you just got like another pile to go, and you're good. And I'm like, okay, it's the biggest, worst pile to go over.
Yeah, Shawnee B, that was it. That was her. Look at this brick. Look at that brick. Look at this brick.
Guys, that's a brick.
Every day of the week.
Every day of the week, baby.
We're drop. We're a drop. It's exciting.
I know, right? All right, guys. So, SHEPU, I know you said you got some boots on the ground that you did. I don't know if you want to bring up anything or maybe show a piece of it. Well, I would love to get into something like that first if you want to. It's up to you, though.
Well, it's not really interesting. It's not something that we already covered and showed, so I don't know if where is it? Oh, yeah. No, I didn't prepare that at all.
Yes.
Jamie's late. Jamie just got here.
What's up, Jamie? You are officially late. You are tardy. Scroll up here. And we're not in a screen share yet, so it won't echo, so that's good.
Dang.
Don't be tardy for the party.
I don't feel tardy.
Wow, this feels very familiar. I love it.
If it wasn't for UCFM and what was it, Awakened Saint?
Yeah, he did drops.
We'd be doing drops.
Right?
Yeah, I did a show with him one time. He finally asked me to be on. And because he was like interviewing Brian Stavely and all these other people. And I think it was, I don't know if it was Steve or you, SHEPU. Anyway, he says to me, he's like, is there any way that like SHEPU can come on with you? Or Steve? I forget who it was at the time. A while ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I guess. I don't know. And he's like, well, because my wife won't let me do a live stream with you. Unless you have somebody with you. And I'm like, wait a minute. Aren't you in like fucking Saudi Arabia or something? Your wife's that worried about me here in little old Alabama. And we wound up doing the show without anybody on it. And I was like, this is really fucking ridiculous. But, hey, it is what it is. So, anyway.
That's very true.
Pumas are the footwear choice for cave exploration. All right.
That's all I wear. Anyway, where's the glue? Jamie says the glue is right here. I got hot pink tardy glue for sale. Anybody interested? A little bit of heat to go with it. You're all set. Melted as fuck. All right, let's get this party started, SHEPU. What are you bringing up? What are we looking at? What's going on?
I have nothing.
Nothing.
All right, all eyes on me.
I was looking at stuff like today before the show. It was like about like optical illusions, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
that was
Okay.
interesting. But
You gonna
you want to see what I was looking at?
Sure.
Obviously, yes.
We're here for something.
I'm biting my nails, SHEPU.
All right. So.
Oh, is the battery empty, Jen? What are you talking about? The taser? It does sound a little slow, doesn't it? That's a little sleepy now. Somebody wanted me to light my cigarette with it on camera one time when I was live with Brian. They're like, "Oh, light your cigarette with that. Let's see what happens." So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all set. I'm just gonna, not feel volts of like 9,000 volts of electricity going through my body. Thank you very much."
Yeah, you'll be like those whatever TikTok people that touch it and then they pass out.
Yeah, no bueno. I'm all set, as Steve would say.
Exactly.
All right, what do we got here?
Yeah, I was looking at these optical illusion that our brain like cannot comprehend what's going on, so it makes up like what he could understand. And this test is like the Ames window, it's called.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at it. I'll
The
press it.
computer in the world, it is possible to trick that very brain of yours.
Because if you look at what this window will do, you will see that it starts to move like the other way, but actually it's just moving in a circle.
Pauses again, now it goes back the other way. Backwards and forwards all the time, oscillating. Are you sure that's what you're seeing? In fact, you're looking at an optical illusion that was invented by Adelbert Ames back in 1951, and it's quite a
goes
remarkable
around and
illusion.
around, but
If we stop the window now, you'll notice that it was rotating the same direction all the time on a turntable, same way all the time, but it isn't a rectangle. You assumed that it was a window, so it must be a rectangle. Oh, no, it isn't. Look at that end there, quite short. This end, quite large. In fact, it's a trapezoid. A strange shape.
so I was looking at this, but the interesting part is that when he puts like you will see that again. It seems to be moving like oscillating, what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
But the
I'm not
best-
convinced. It sure looked like it was going the other way than the thing.
yeah, you'll see. You can create it on your own, but you'll see with the pen what it does. You'll see, or the ruler. Here
I'll attach it right to the center of the window in this position here. Now, this
Sounds
time,
Australian.
you know it can't
you
bend.
see the ruler
So this
is
time,
always
I'm sure we will
rotating
defeat
the
the
same
illusion.
way.
What do you think?
But
Here we go. Now, there's the window, rotating. So is the ruler. It's attached to the window. But what's happening here?
What's going
I was
on?
going backwards, the ruler's still coming, and now it goes somehow or other through the window itself.
Your brain cannot
Really
comprehend what's
crazy.
going on.
Window pauses.
No, it can't.
Ruler's
That's just...
coming. Ruler's attached to the window. You can see that. You can even see the pin. But watch what happens here. The ruler's coming. Window pauses. Window goes backwards. And somehow or other, they go through each other.
That's
Even though you
witchcraft.
know they can't do it. What a crazy illusion Adelbert Ames invented.
Those tricky Australians, they do it every time.
Now you can make one.
Tricky.
Yeah, and he shows that you can actually make one at home. Oh, this one it's the one I was talking about with the pen, the same.
See the window going around in a circle with the pen?
Same.
Or are you going to see something really strange?
You
Well,
see
have a look at that. That's unbelievable, isn't it? You can see the pen going around in a
always
circle,
the same way.
but your brain is telling you that the window is going part way round and turning and going the other way. And yet in order to do that, the two things have to pass through one another, the pen and the window. You know it's not possible. You know it can't happen. And yet as you look at it, you see them going through one another every time they go around. An amazing illusion.
Such
That
an
hurts my
illusion
brain.
It will be so grand, so vast that it will escape their perception.
Yeah, that one hurts my brain.
Yeah, right. I need to hit an acid to watch that shit.
Yeah, and here I was looking at another like the same type of kind of illusions, but with the shape, because the only thing that's changed it's the way the light. Everything that we see, it's light. It's about light, and if you change the lighting, your brain will think it's something else because of the lighting.
Wonderful optical illusions made by Professor Sugihara, who I came across in Atlanta. Does something quite extraordinary when you put it on the table and look down at 45 degrees, which is what I'll now do. We put it on the table, and we've got a little box there outside, shaded, in 4 quite large circles occupying the middle of the box. But what happens if you turn it around 180 degrees? A complete transformation into something utterly different and unexpected. Oh, look at that. Left with just one complete circle, and I suppose from 4 to 1, not quite, there are halves and quarters, but I'll come back to that. Let me just show you the transformation again. It's going from 1 big circle in the middle to 4 circles on the 4 corners. Oh my. And then when we go back again, try to count up all the bits and pieces. There is 1 complete circle in the middle, but I've noticed that there's 4 half circles around, which is 2 circles worth, and even little quarter circles in the corners.
Yeah, but that's again how the shape it is, how it the light hit it and goes into your eyes. It cannot comprehend, because you can do the same thing here with at home with cardboard, like let's see, like in the mirror, it's the same effect. Let's see, but you see,
Okay.
because how the shape it is, you'll see how we cut it. It's not straight, it's like a curve in a square
I
at the
can
same
hear
time.
you over that horrible music.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
CFM will say it straight up.
Oh yeah.
No shame in his
Yeah,
game.
it was horrible. Yeah. But just because of that shape, the square and the circle at the same time, you can have both shapes depending the way you look at it. Because look, on one it's a square and a circle at the same time.
Wow, that's weird.
It's both.
Yeah.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, I guess.
And the weird, that's just a simple one, but somebody made like, this one. And you'll see that, look, it's all hearts, but look in the mirror.
No, come on.
But it's because of the shape, because they're not straight. They are. It's a Japanese guy that explained it.
Huh.
Gotta watch out for those Asian people. They're tricky.
But look, you will see why. Look, because it's.
I don't know if you can say that, Jen. You can say Australians, but what SHEPU?
The shape of how it's made, the light, makes it like look like the same shape.
That's fascinating.
Then you'll see that he tries like with a couple different ones. And
okay.
Yeah, it's all hearts, but in the mirror, it's all different.
Wow, it's really crazy.
Yeah, wait, this one, look, you will put like 4 hearts. Like this one, it's a circle in the mirror.
You're blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, this is witchcraft, is what it is.
It's witchcraft, yeah, exactly.
It shows you how easily our brains are tricked,
Yeah. Because how the way the light hits the surface.
Oh, come on, look at that. That's ridiculous.
But you show each heart, they're not really hearts. But because with the 45 degree angle that we look at it, they look like hearts, but you'll see when he takes one up, they're all different shapes. There are shapes like the same that you'll see in the mirror.
Right. I gotcha. That's really crazy.
Yeah, they have a 3-dimension to them that makes it so you can.
And the
see
mirror
there.
picks up the 3-dimension,
Yeah.
but it's all about vantage point, viewpoints.
Yeah, exactly.
Vanishing points, all that stuff.
Perspective.
Yeah. Only the shadows, but you see here the shadow is like this one.
Yeah.
You see the shadow here. It's like this one in the mirror.
Yeah.
You see?
Very interesting.
And look, there's another one here. It's
That is
triangle.
bizarre. Look at that.
Yep.
Weird.
Wow,
And
for
if you
ages.
turn it around, the circle and the triangle, it's now in the mirror.
SHEPU, you always bring the heat. You know that?
Yeah, even when you don't even know what he's bringing, this is really.
No, I was just
This is why he's my co-host.
like this one. This one is funny because look, Jen, this
Okay,
one
now
you're
what's
like,
that gonna turn into?
It's gonna turn into
shit.
Granny Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. That's
exactly. That's how
Tranny Man.
Yeah.
Look,
Like what? One
now
side
it's
is
a guy. Before it was a girl. See, it's a girl now.
Yeah, it's a vampire. It has no shadow. What's going on? There's nothing in the mirror.
yeah. You see,
there
like
we
in the mirror.
See, look at this.
Thank you. Oh, it is. It's a guy in the.
And that's
front
weird because
of
the girl's
mirror.
got her legs spread. And
Yeah.
his feet are straight
You'll know
forward.
by their feet, right,
See?
Jen?
This is what I'm saying.
Except that's the opposite feet.
You know, my mom used to tell me. My mom used to tell me, girls that sit like this with their legs open get this like that. Yeah, she said because when I was little, I was like a tomboy, and I just sit around or whatever. Like, I didn't care how I was sitting. She's like, close your legs. Girls that sit like this get this like that. Like, okay.
But yeah, so
This
this
is
is.
fascinating. Wow.
I was looking at this today. It's called, what's it called? The ambiguous cylinders effect. That's the name of it. Because it's not straight. For us, it looks like it's straight, but there's two shapes in that shape here that we can only see one at once. We cannot see both. So that's why the mirror is enable us to see both shapes at once. But our eyes cannot see them.
Well, they use a lot of mirrors in witchcraft. Mirroring, mirrors themselves came from witchcraft, not vanity and people wanting to see what they look like.
Yeah.
It was from the scrying mirrors, and I think that the globe is an illusion, obviously, and that it is actually really flat. That's the truth of the matter. They're showing us the illusion. They have us believing the illusion.
Yep.
But once you shatter that illusion, there's no going back to the ball because there is no ball. You can't go back because there's nothing to go back to.
Yeah, exactly, Jen.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah. And this one, there's no mirrors on this one. You'll see that this one's really interesting also.
All right.
Again, it's all shadows and light. That does all the trick.
At the same time, new bits of the spiral seem to be generated from the base.
So this is the same type of. You see, you can go and where does it go? But the thing is, doesn't go anywhere. Just you will. Is it this one? Yeah, same principle as this. Yeah, you know that it doesn't move, but there's something going on. Yeah, he does. I don't know, but here, look. This is.
Wow.
How it is, you see?
That's some trippy
Because
stuff right there.
it's only the rotation and the lighting that makes it move, but actually it doesn't move at all. That's the trick. It's not moving. It's just rotating.
When he was just holding it though and turning it with his fingers, the way it was sitting there just spiraling, it reminds me of the spiral columns and stuff we see in India with their supposed temples. I think, that they all turned like that. And possibly these temples took off because I think they were actually Vimanas.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. But
Yeah,
this
just
illusion is crazy.
Yeah, this is the same. Look,
Wow.
It seems to be infinite.
Yeah, it does. Look at that. Damn it, man.
Makes no sense.
But it's only rotating. That's why. Because like the same thing here, it's only rotating, but it looks like it's getting shorter and bigger. Same effect here.
Cool.
You see?
Yeah, I've seen those things.
Yeah, but there's no moving parts. It's only the brain makes it move because he sees the light act as a.
I have a top like that to make sure I'm not asleep. If it falls over, then I know I'm awake.
Yeah. So that's the things that I was looking at today.
Very interesting.
I have one thing I can show you that I told you, Jen. If you want to see it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
HCAT says, absolutely. These are amazing optical illusions. Yes, they are.
Yeah, that
The
was
ones that I haven't seen
fascinating.
before.
I hadn't seen that either.
Yeah, because you usually see always the same ones, the optical illusion, like the female and the old woman, the young woman, like the two faces that you can only see one at
You know
once.
what's interesting? That one where the dress, do you remember that one where there's people would see like a blue and gray dress, others would see like
yeah.
a
Right,
gold
right.
dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because my
That-
sister saw a blue and white dress or something, and I saw the gold and whatever.
Yeah,
or something.
black and gold, yeah.
Black and gold, yeah.
And then they also had the one that was like audio ones, like Green Needle.
Yeah,
and-
Laurel.
Or if
Laurel and
you thought it in your head and it would say that what you were thinking, not
Yeah.
that one.
Those are
That really got
trippy.
me.
yeah, Green Needle and Brainstorm.
Needle one.
Brainstorm, yeah.
How do we explain that one? I mean,
Right?
I mean,
I don't know. And how do you explain this? There's two bricks right there. You know what this is? I showed it on my show. This is actually part of the Grand Canyon.
No.
boom, baby.
And when I look at this now with my new eyes, I just see cities that have been melted.
Yeah.
And
There's
messed
no
up.
difference between what you're seeing right here on screen and Sodom and Gomorrah that they say is a biblical cooked out city that was destroyed by God.
Yeah,
No
because
difference.
somebody came up here these two pieces of dirt oxidized red, I guess, right? Is that what they're supposed to make me think? But yeah.
I don't know. Zoom back in on these bricks here, though. When you showed that on your show, I'm like, wow, you go CFM. I'm like, you can hear me cheering in the background. I don't know. But looking at this, this kind of looks like two nodes, what Curtis usually talks about.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I
But what
thought
are
that
those
was
doing
pretty
there?
wild.
It's
It's like
just
of all
more proof.
places, it's right there.
It's
Right in your face.
freaking there. Yeah. That's awesome you found that. That's a really cool find right there.
And this, to me, the devastation on this could potentially even be from like the original flood, because I believe that the buildings and stuff that they were making in those days were pretty impressive. They weren't these little mud huts, because and when I look at my I look at my book from the 1800s, the Bible, it's showing these cities back then, and some of them are already decimated. And they're huge. When you look at like Babylon and some of these other cities, they go on for miles. So there you go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Couple of lost bricks in the Grand Canyon. Hopefully they find their way home.
They're the lone survivors.
Right?
Soul survivors.
We are the soul survivors.
Survivors.
Here I got
If you
the
sing it, I'll lose my whole audience.
If I sing?
No, if I sing.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I got
Oh,
the illusion, the sound illusion one. If anybody that didn't hear it or anything.
Mhm.
And see, each time I hear brainstorm.
Right, because that's what he put up first, and that's what we're thinking. However, if you change your thought and think red storm and not
green-
whatever,
no,
it was,
no, it's a
Needle.
green
Right.
needle.
yeah, that's what you're going to hear. Like literally, that's what you're
Yeah.
going to hear.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
other
it was-
person sitting next to you who's still thinking brainstorm, they're going to hear brainstorm.
Yeah. See, you can.
All right, now I'm thinking the other one. Here we go. Oh, I'm still hearing brainstorm.
Yeah, for me, green needle happens sometimes, but not always. Maybe in the morning or something. But
Yeah, that was weird too, because when my sister was here visiting, we tried it in the morning or like mid-afternoon, and then we tried it later in the night, and we both heard the same thing. But during the earlier part of the day, she heard one thing and I heard another, and we couldn't get it to happen again.
Yeah, I
think-
played one where the teacher, he had a whole bunch of words on the screen, and whatever you saw on the screen, that's what you heard, even though he was playing the same sentence. So I don't get it. I mean, how our brains work or don't work, I guess.
Well, let me tell you, these people who kicked off the repopulation program, yeah, there it is, SHEPU.
Yeah. Did you see? I always saw the gold in black.
Yep.
And some people saw
Now
that.
that's trippy because that's actually your vision. It's not like you're hearing and stuff. You're actually visually seeing a whole completely different colored dress than the other person. How does that work?
Yeah, I don't know. Something in our brain or highs or something.
Laurel.
But now
Laurel.
Laurel and Yanni,
Laurel.
Yeah, Laurel and Yanni. I remember
Laurel.
because now I hear
Laurel.
Laurel, but
Laurel.
some people will
Laurel.
hear Yanni, you know,
Laurel.
and it's not even close when you say it.
I know that. There's.
I never heard Yanni on this one. I always heard Laurel for me, you know. So, but they say that the woman will hear like Yanni.
Yanni.
I found the other one. You want to see that one? As long as we're doing these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Let's see. Yeah, clickety click.
Clickety click. Here we go.
This one. I mean, it's.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Okay,
for it. You're
okay.
good.
Write down what you hear.
So he's only playing that as embarrassing. Okay. Shades for me.
For me.
Yeah.
On a couple of them, yeah. Not all
Yeah.
of them, though.
It's freaky, isn't it? You heard the same thing.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
You know, the sad thing is, though, is that these people who jump-started humanity after the last reset, after the millennial reign, because that's the way I see it, and if you don't like it, that's too bad, change the channel. Anyway, these people who started back up humanity and all the narratives and stuff, they knew all this stuff already. And this is advanced information that, you know, we didn't have when they were starting humanity back up. This is why we were so easily deceived and taken advantage of and manipulated. And they've been doing it ever since they started back up, I think, you know, the 1776 and stuff. It's not hard to do at all, you know. We're very vulnerable that way. And, you know, like I said, I was 45 before I realized that I was on a flat plane and not spinning through space on a ball and insignificant. And that really jarred me when I came to that realization that, you know, the Earth's flat. I took to it like a duck to water. It wasn't like it was a no-brainer at that point, but at the same time, I was really awake to a lot of things at that point in 45. And I was like, how is it that I was still so deceived? I mean, that's a huge thing to be deceived about. Where you live, what you're living on, that lie is massive. Why such a lie? You know, that's that enormous and expensive, obviously. It's an expensive lie to keep going. They're still doing it right now as we speak. People are, you know, basing their whole lives and careers on this lie. But yeah, it was a jarring experience to realize. And I still feel that we are still very, very deceived on many levels that we have not even discovered yet.
No.
But that's okay. We're on the right track. We're on the path of truth, and we're all converging on this path. I love how we've all come to the melt, going through our various stages. That was the no trees on flat Earth. Remember that one where everything was tree stumps? I was totally into that. You know, I was even making videos on it. And then the quarries. You know, Earth is a quarried whatever, you know, waste pile or something, and that's what we're seeing. And then it was the sleeping giants, and then the mud flood. You know what I mean? It was almost like, this is the way I look at it now in hindsight. Mm-hmm. The people, the powers that be who control the narratives know that we're in a time now where all the truths are coming out. They want to get ahead of those truths and steer those narratives and make it take longer for you to get to those truths. They know you're going to get to it, but they don't want you to get to it too fast. So they put in all these different gatekeepers along the way to draw people in. Be like, yeah, we know something's not right and they're lying to us. It's this over here. And then, you know, at this point, we all realize that, you know, these little rabbit holes that we came down were just, distractions, really. Distracting us away from getting to the truth as quickly as we would have. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I went through the whole sleeping giant thing, the tree stumps and the quarry thing. I found some compelling evidence, but now that I know what I'm looking at and I better understand this stuff and everything, I realized I was very deceived. And I fell for a lot of it as well. even though we knew what they were telling us was wrong, we were so kind of desperate in a way to get onto the right track and figure this stuff out, that they knew that, they could tell us, well, yeah, okay, yeah, it's not this, but it's this over here, but it's not, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't trees around, and I'm not dissing anybody who thinks those things. Okay. But, once you get onto the melt, it explains so much.
Yes.
And makes so many things make sense.
And I see both. I still see some tree stumps.
And that's fine.
And I see some animals, but other than that, I see the melt of the buildings.
And you know what? We all get along too.
Yeah, right.
So many people out there are like, because you don't think just like I do on every little thing, we can't be friends, and I'm going to do like pieces on you or whatever.
Look, I can tell you things that you can say that are really irritate people, and they won't talk to you anymore. Say you see melted buildings. Say that you're past the millennial reign and we're in the short season, and say that some of the pigeons aren't real. Any one of those subjects, I get in trouble with.
Or if you say all mountains are melted buildings, all of them.
Don't say that.
That'll really get you in some shit.
But
I don't know if they're all mountains are melted buildings, but it's looking to me like they are, because every ones that we looked at are. We show proof.
Now, I can talk about pandas being sus all day long. Everyone's cool with that, but don't bring up the pigeons.
You know what it is? It's called it's an inconvenient truth is what it is. They don't want to, they're not ready for certain truths, so that they don't like it, and they get
well, I'll tell you this. We can tie it to what SHEPU was showing. We all function a certain way by our observations, audio and visual. And some people, like you just showed on that optical illusion thing, they see it one way and don't see it the other way. And even though you can turn it around and show them, no, it's also this way, they just stop right there. They don't want to. They're not ready. I feel that there's a lot of people that God just hasn't opened their eyes to things because they're not ready for it yet. So, why did he open our eyes at this time? I can't say, but, we just have to wait for the other people, and they'll show up eventually.
Yeah, there's a wave of truth, and people follow that wave, and I think that we were at the front of the wave, like at the crest and stuff, and there's this whole other wave coming in behind us and stuff like that. We're all like, welcome to the party. We've been here waiting for you. But some people never really get there. They can only go so far, and they're not willing to, like, literally. Can't tell you how many times over the last 20 years that I've had to rethink everything I've ever thought. And then you hit Meltology, and it's like, wow.
Well, the process that we've been going through is at least 5 to 7 years slowly. It didn't happen overnight until you get to the point we're at now. So I'm so patient with people that aren't ready for it yet, because I was one of them. I mean, all the things I talk about, I wouldn't have believed in years ago, including Jesus. So, it's like I've completely changed everything, my way of thinking, because I see it clearly now. That's all I can say. And just like you were saying, we're not that much farther ahead. I look at people that are completely blank to it, and we are just like, if they're here, we're maybe here. Like we're all supposed to go way out here or wherever, but we're just right above it. You know what I mean? Because there's so much we don't even know, but we just have the blessing of seeing some of this, which is gets me through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Deb Akers was asking you, Jen, what got you into the flat earth? I can say for me that I never believed anything that they put up, like the moon landing and the planets. For me, it always looked imaginary and science fiction. How could they know? Because they just have to invent a way to calculate and a way to say what they see. And as a child, I was like, what is this space stuff? When I went to the museum and saw the capsule that they supposedly returned from the moon in, and it was like, what, 3 person fit in that shit? I could barely, like,
encampments that look better than that thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then from then on, I knew that it was all shit, and I, for what reason. And then growing up, you find all these reasons, and you see what NASA puts up and thing, and that it's all make believe. So
And you know, somebody was a dag nabbits flat. To say they say they're over trying to wake up people this way. And I hear you. I talked about it Friday too. It's like when we all woke up to this originally, we thought like all the movies, like, oh, we'll tell everyone and they'll snap out of it and we'll, take back the earth or whatever. But no, like no one listened. And the things that we thought were coming are still coming, but it's a slow rollout. They're boiling the frog very slowly at one little bit at a time. And so we all were like banging the drum saying, hey, everyone, this is coming. And then it didn't come in any kind of time frame that we thought was happening. So now they're just dismissive completely of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets tiring. And so the way I look at it now, I just, like you say, always say, I stay in my lane. I talk about the things that we observe, and anybody that wants to hear it or see it, they'll look. And if they don't, they'll move on and they'll watch, I don't know, the earth is flat again.
So I knew the moon landing was fake. I knew that was all staged and Stanley Kubrick and all this stuff, who produced the moon landing, everything. I just never knew why. Once I got to flat earth, then it all made sense why they faked the moon landing, because you can't go to the moon. It's not something that you can land on. And in order to further their narrative of being on a ball and hurtling through space, that we could travel through space and go to other places, if you will, they had to make it look like we were going somewhere. But we're not going anywhere. Where's NASA going? Nowhere. That's where. Okay. And then, like I said, it's this aha moment that happens to you. And you're like, wow, I got to rethink some stuff now. How did I miss flat earth? I fly all the time. I go to the beach all the time. The water's flat and level. I fly in planes. I always have a window seat. How did I miss this?
Yeah.
And
well, like they say, the lie is so big that you can't perceive it, And so for me, I watched, first of all, I wouldn't watch any flat earth things. I thought they were retarded. And so all I would do is just watch all the other stuff about how the news lies to you and all that stuff. And then everyone's gone. And then I watched one video on flat earth because I wanted to laugh at it and, see how stupid they were. And by the end of the video, I was convinced. Like that's all it took. It didn't take me like years. Like people are still watching where you live. I get it. But when you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah. And
when you realize the lie, and then you look at what they're doing and how much effort they're putting into their lies 24/7, 7 days a week, every second of every day, and all this money and tech and all this stuff, and compartmentalization, and how could they hide such a lie that big and everything? Somebody would talk. Yeah, people talk. People get shut up too. And people get unalived or disappeared. But yeah, everything, all of it, everything we've ever been taught, told, everything is a lie. We don't know the true nature of our reality. We don't know the true nature of our own bodies and what we're capable of and healing ourselves. We don't know the truth about water. All we know is disinformation as lies as our truth. And that's to our own detriment, because people are slow, sick, and dying because they don't know what's going on. They trust the wrong people, the people who are lying to them with all these narratives. They're the ones they're trusting because they've put themselves in a position of authority and have trained us through these generations to obey their authority. And, they don't really have to do a whole lot. They get us to do it to each other. Your mother, your grandmother, and your great-grandmother and father and all this stuff, they're the ones who were taught the lie, promoting the lie, and putting it to the generations as they go on. And then
just like Deb in the chat said that, she felt dumb figuring out at 60, but we've all had that exact moment. And so that's why now, like I said, I have patience for the people that don't see it, because if you had brought this to me just, 10 years ago, I would have laughed at it too. And it's because since we were a child, they just tell us, this is where you live, period. And why would you ever think that, it was wrong? And so when you actually take a moment to sit down and look into it, you go, wait a minute, this is all messed up. It's all wrong. And it is. It's a moment that takes your breath away. You really, you know, like puts.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly.
And it all
It's-
circles back. Yeah, Chipo, I'm sorry.
Oh, I said it's not our fault, you know. It's not your fault either. You're not dumb. We all been fooled by this light show that they put up before our eyes, you know. So it's never too late to open your eyes and see. So don't feel grateful for it, you know. It's
But once you realize everything's a lie, everything, even things you haven't even figured out yet, you might as well just let that sink in. Things that I don't even know yet that were lies. They're lies, okay? Lucifer's a great deceiver. He was loosened to go forth and deceive the nations. What we're seeing and realizing is exactly that, the deception.
And that's the other thing, the lie of where we are at for us in the book. We're past the revelation. We're past the millennial reign. We're in the short season or little season where he deceives the whole world. I mean, like you just said, everything is a deception at this point. Pick a topic and you'll see a deception. You'll see. So I don't see how people can't even see that deception, that everything's a deception. It should tell you where we are in the book.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's shocking. It really is. But it's every time I learn one of these truths, you know, and it comes to my reality and I have to reevaluate things and stuff, I grow from that. And it humbles me as well, because I still realize that I am still deceived on levels that I have not even figured out yet. And, you know, we may never get all the answers, but we're in a time period now at the end of the short season of Satan where all the game pieces to his little game are going back in the box. But before they go back in the box, they're going to show you it and say, like, this is how it really was the whole time. Oh, well, sorry about your luck. You didn't figure it out. We're at the end of the game now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I wish you had your patience. Well, in the Bible, it says in the end days, the saints get worn out. And so we're all getting worn out. We're all getting worn out. And the saint isn't like anything special. It's just someone that goes around and is preaching, you know, the word of God. That's it. I mean, in terms, that's where you're at. So, yeah, we're all getting worn out. And I think like there's more to come, you know, and we're just gearing up, because even if we are past the God's, you know, revelation and Jesus' reign, Satan's going to redo the end in his version, because when you look at the Bible, things repeat constantly. There's nothing new under the sun. Of course, that's been changed, so there's no new thing, but things repeat throughout the Bible. And so if we had one revelation, we're going to have Satan's version. So we're still going to go through something, because otherwise people aren't going to wake up to God, because there's no atheists in foxholes. They wake up when things are really bad. And I think that's partly why he has to go shake everyone awake, you know, because when they woke up in the Matrix, they ate that gruel instead of like the fake steak. So it's not fun, but at least you're awake.
Yeah. I mean, do you really want to live a lie your whole life? I mean, everything based on a lie, your decisions, choices, everything, and you think it's real and you're okay with it, that's a fantasy land. It could be a nightmare land, I guess, if you want.
Yeah.
But no, I want the truth no matter how bad it is. Just give me the truth. I can't deal with lies. And I don't lie to people. I don't like deceiving people because I don't want to be deceived.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I bet it's like me. You've been lied enough in your life that you don't want to be lied anymore. So you do.
That's why Ellie ended up talking to the two people on the screen. You know what I mean? Because like I'm done with.
There was three.
I'm done with the liars. It's enough.
Right? Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah. You know them by their fruits, and when you realize their fruits are, you know, rotten to the core, you know, you have only one choice. Either you go back for more and be, you know, asking for it, or you move on and dust yourself off and keep going.
Yeah, just it's the story of Snow White. You know, she ate the rotten apple, and what she did, she fell asleep. You know?
Yeah.
So
there you go.
She ate the rotten fruit and she fell asleep.
Yeah. It's always a woman's fault.
The American dream. You have to be asleep to believe it, because it's really a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, they say like the best way to enslave someone is to make them think they're free. So
None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they're free.
Yeah.
And you know that thing you always say about my other fruits. I was reading because I read the Bible and I listen to it, and I was listening to. I thought that was like vodka you were just chucking.
Me?
No, he just had a bottle go, and that's in Paul's writings. And I heard it today, so I was like, Jen says that. Paul said it first.
Anyway, that was a really good show you did on Friday.
Oh, me? Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it was really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I was happy with the outcome of it. So.
All right, Shepu, do you want to get into any of your boots at all, or are you good with that? You're going to hold on to it?
No, it's not even for show. I just...
He's not wearing boots. He's only got his socks. So
yeah. So
I ain't wearing anything. I'm barefoot.
I'm barefoot.
Yeah, I'm barefoot too, if you want to know.
Yeah, I'm barefoot too.
I did get a pair of boots today, though. I got a really good deal on them, too. Like, I need another fucking pair of boots, right? Anyway, I really like them. I'm taking them to Philly with me. I'm going back up to Philly for my birthday, guys. I'm going to be 55. I can't reverse my numbers anymore.
Oh, that's funny. You're 50.
I'm still 55 any way you slice it.
But can you drive it?
I can drive 55.
Oh,
I can drive 105 or 200.
Well,
I'm
no,
going
but
fast.
who is it? The Red Rocker couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar.
I can drive 55 and a 35.
Oh.
Anyway. Yeah, I like going fast. I know it's like, what they say, reckless driving and all this stuff like that, but I like to put it in the sports mode once in a while. Anyway, Patty says I'm still a kid. Well, Patty, you can't be much older than me. Yeah, I am a kid in heart, though. I'm the kid now that I couldn't be when I was a kid, because my fucking childhood was crazy. Most people wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in my childhood. Just saying. I won't elaborate. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're going to get into Google Earth, and we're going to look at some Google Earth melt. I found a lot of interesting anomalies that I was looking at around Turkey, and I want you guys to weigh in on some of this stuff.
All
So
right.
what do you guys think? There is an issue with the LiDAR for sure with Google Earth. Absolutely, 100%. And I am going to point that out tonight. Can you guys see this okay?
Yes.
Okay. So here we're right at the Straits of Gibraltar leading into the Mediterranean. And what I notice here on a lot of this LiDAR for the ocean is everything that we're looking at right here below us, this is all blurred out stuff. So they're giving us a rendering, but they're only rendering it to a certain point. And then you get, other locations near these sites or right around these sites that have like more definition and stuff. Like, for instance, going here, you can see it gets really pixelated and stuff. So
and
there
of all
is,
things they call it LiDAR, whatever.
yeah, I know, right? CDAR. Why didn't they call it CDAR?
Yeah.
LiDAR. There's something there for sure.
Right?
They're definitely not giving us everything that they could give us. Because if they can get a section like this little section right here, somewhat clear, which this isn't even one of the clearest ones, then clearly all of this around it is still blurred out. That's
the other thing too. I showed on my show. They can show you from the ISS at night. You can see lights of all the different cities and buildings and stuff. But then when you try to look in it on Google Earth, you can't see it. They're not there. I don't know. It's weird.
That's interesting. I didn't know you could look at Google Earth for night. Now look at this one here that has a swath of whatever this thing is, a line of some sort. I don't know what created it, but they're blurring that out the same as whatever's around it as well. Usually these lines, you can see more detail through them. They're definitely hiding a lot of stuff on us. But again, even looking right here, look at this. What is this? Mm-hmm. This looks like a neighborhood here. There's streets, there's, parallel running streets and stuff here.
Because at some point, there's a painting to this besides what they're showing us. If there is real pictures here, have you seen the giant snake in the earth?
Yes,
it goes around.
I'll show everybody now.
Yeah. So it's like when you see that, you're like, okay, come on. Now I know they're just some.
Where
Of course,
is
the fact that it's a ball, which is
Yeah,
I see where it is, CFM. Where is
the
it? Is
thing,
it over
the snake is in
around here? Or
well, that's all upside down.
hold on.
oh, you're talking about the snake there. Okay.
Yeah, let me get this thing right up.
It's near
I can't
Antarctica.
believe I believed I was on this freaking ball all my life.
Right.
All right, where's
Jenny
the
says
snake
it's
at?
near Antarctica.
Antarctica's all chemtrailed out. Look at it. Look at it. There's nodes everywhere. Do you see this big spiral and that big spiral? That's a node. That's two nodes, and they're getting ready to collide.
Why is it all like that? It's all
They
covered
chemtrailed
up.
the shit out of it. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That's
Jeez.
this is a perfect storm. You got one here, one here, one here, and something trying to happen over here. What the heck is going on? Wow. I don't know. That's crazy. But the snake, where is it?
I'm not seeing it.
Maybe
She's the
covered it
Google
up.
person. Let's see. Let me
Jeannie
try.
knows where it's at. Where's Jeannie?
Yeah. Down there working on something.
Jeannie, where's the snake at?
Where's the snake head? Let's see.
I
Google.
can't
Earth
find it.
snake.
All right. Well, I got to go back to the
Isn't
streets.
it at the end of South America? Like at the tip between South America and
Yeah, there it is. You got it, Shepu. Boom, baby.
There
Okay,
you
guys.
go. Now tell me that's not a giant Leviathan snakehead or whatever. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
you can see the eye right here. We're looking down on the snake head.
Yeah.
what
Here's
I
the
see, it's
nose.
like a big melted piece of land.
Yeah,
flowing
but I
down.
mean, it's snake shaped. It's kind
Yes,
of interesting,
yes.
you know.
Look at
Because
all
if this is Satan's ball, of course he's going to have some representation on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's his ball. He likes his balls and his
Yeah.
penis rockets.
Well, it's another way to say Baal too. Baal,
Yeah.
ball, Baal. It's very similar.
Baalbek, ball, Baal.
And Shawnee
Okay.
B says there's an elf head at the North Pole. Is that where Santa is? There isn't even land there anymore.
There isn't no North Pole. Yeah.
I have on some old maps. I have land there, and there's a few places that are named. Nowadays, it's just water and ice, I guess.
Miss Aussie dragon head. Yeah, it's a snake and the dragon. It's actually the same representation in the old texts.
So why would they give us why would they give us this section here coming down over here and then down and over and down and then over again as visible sections, right?
Yeah, I
we
don't
see
know
some,
why.
right?
Yeah.
That gives us the illusion that we're looking at some kind of crazy stuff right here, but this is the only part that they've rendered all the way. The rest of it is the same. It's just not rendered out. But this gives it the illusion that this is actually some kind of like it was made this way or something.
Yeah.
That's not the case. This line right here is just rendered more than on either side of it. They're doing this on purpose. If you can render that line and these step-looking things or whatever the hell this is, you can render the whole freaking thing. Why would
Yeah.
you just render that?
Yeah, I don't know. I always
the
ask my
satellite's up there all day, every day, forever. You know.
I always ask the same question. Why only this part and not the I don't know.
Yeah.
Hiding stuff from us.
But you know how they just stitch pictures together. They said it. Those the people that works at Google for this. It's
Yeah, I don't think, I think some of this stuff is probably legit, but there's a lot of stuff that they're hiding with telling us they've only did like 5% of the ocean so far. What are these satellites doing up there? If they're up there, they're not up there, but I'm just saying, if you supposedly have this technology, why don't you render everything? These straight lines though, ridge lines are very sus, clearly. Things like this that we're seeing here looks to me like melted out layers of the motherboard. And there's another spot we're going to look at that looks really, really interesting. I showed it on the last show for a little bit, but again, this ridge you can see runs up here. This is not just a rendering. This is actually some type of ridge. And then it shoots up this way as well, leads into this. So when you see stuff like this line going up here and this sharp right angle, That's not like some kind of structure under there. It's just the rendering that they're giving you. The whole thing looks like this. So I wanted to clarify that in case anybody was, wondering. Like this right here, this is very sus. Look at all these crazy lines and stuff. Those lines are just what they've rendered. The whole thing is just this right here. So I just wanted to clarify some of that out. But once you get into some of these little spots and really start to look, you see some interesting stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So that all being said, I'm going to go to, where am I going? I'm going to go over here.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in here. Look at this mess. Look at it. Just look at it. Okay, so this is what they tell us is the North Atlantic Ridge. It runs from way down here. Turn this ball around here. It starts right down here by the snake. See, here's the tongue of the snake right here. Here's the snake head. That's his tongue coming out. So the North Atlantic Ridge, oh my goodness, this freaking ball doesn't want to cooperate with me. There it is. I suck at Google Earth. I really do. I don't know how to use this thing. Anyway, so it starts all the way down here and wraps back around up this way. At least this is what they tell us it does.
Yeah, but you know why they have to do this? Because they have to make the story about the Pangea, the continent coming together with the plate tectonics. You have these ridges somewhere in there for it to be real.
Absolutely. Yeah, because what we've discovered, at least in my opinion, and what we saw with cities on land and what looks like what's going on underwater, that they're not rendering stuff because it is cities that are under there. And that is what we're seeing in a lot of these locations here. So that looks like they've crisscrossed the Atlantic Ocean trying to give us some stuff here. And it's really melted out looking. I mean, this is crazy. They also have their reasoning for this ridge, this North Atlantic Ridge and the Pacific Ridge as well, is that the reason why it's such straight lines is because when the Earth cooled, right, and magnetic north was fixed, right, everything that had magnetism to it was pointing towards magnetic north, and that's why we see these supposed straight lines all going in the same direction and stuff. Or, we know better now. They're probably like streets and stuff, because when you look at a cityscape, it looks just like what we're seeing here on the North Atlantic Ridge and also the Pacific. Again, though, this isn't even rendered out all the way. There's no reason why this should not be rendered out. Is it because they're hiding buildings? I think so. That's my opinion. If you disagree, that's okay. I'm okay with it. Let me see here. Let me go all the way up here. All right, where am I getting to? Greenland now up here? Yeah, all right. I want to get to the abyssal plain. I think it's right in here.
Greenland's icy and Iceland's greeny.
Yeah, that make sense, right? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
They're just fucking with us. Look, there's a big cross right here.
Well, it's like you park on a driveway and drive on a parkway. So
yeah. And you build buildings and you land on land. I don't know. What is that all about? I don't know. Make it make sense. Anyway, I love looking at this stuff. I mean, you can really get sucked into Google Earth bad. It's insane. And of course, everywhere these lines go. Now, see some of these lines like this right here. This is not rendered out like the other one. If I scroll over to one of the ones that are, you'll see what I'm saying. So this isn't rendered out completely, but you can see that this is something. There's something going on here on the seafloor right here. And I mean, these could have been highways for all we know. Not this big fat line over here. This is one of the ones where they've rendered only a certain section, kind of. These ones over here, these are crazy. I don't know what's going on here. I think all these cities were connected, just like our cities are connected now. We just hop on the highway or the freeway, whatever the hell you want to call it, byways and highways, and go to the next city over. there was definitely a lot less water here before the flood. I think the flood, in my opinion, is the end result of the melt that happened, kind of like a fire and then the sprinkler system. It rained for 40 days. Something had to cool all this shit off. And I think that may be, part of the whole scenario that we're looking at here.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I'm not in the abyssal plain location. I think it's over here.
Yeah, I was thinking about it also when, also after that the event and the rain that it caused and all the water pouring out and every structure drop is melting and being destroyed. You remember the only the Twin Towers when they got pulverized and destroyed, the amount of dust in the air and thing. And maybe when this event happened, that also happened, but everywhere could been one volcano, but a million times, all over the place, creating a big dust cloud mixed with the rain, and it could have turned into mud in the air at some point. But the reason was because of the smelt and the dust in the air everywhere. Could have happened also, and dropping a big layer of dust everywhere, and because that's what they see when they get everywhere. You have that layer that they call pelote. I don't know. The black layer that they found everywhere. That this could be.
It's called the K2. It's called the K2 boundary. I think you're talking about.
Yeah. So this might be caused also with about the melt and everything, because they say that it's been caused by the asteroid, I guess.
Yeah, the fake asteroids that go with their fake space.
Yeah.
What you just said there about this dust cloud and everything going around the supposed globe. Remember that Oddfellow?
The smoky earth. Yeah.
The Oddfellow drawing that we were we were picking it apart. Yeah, we've looked at a lot of Masonic depictions and stuff, but the Oddfellow one was the first one that I saw that looked like a global catastrophe of some sort that they were actually depicting in it. And I know I have it somewhere here in my pictures. I'm trying to locate it right now. But they actually show a dust cloud of some sort engulfing their supposed globe. So that's them telling you there was a worldwide catastrophe of some sort. And then they come in, they bury the dead, they feed, the hungry, and they educate the children. And that's what they depict in their stuff. And they're supposedly the good guys, who have nothing but good intentions.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what they say about good intentions.
The road to hell is paved with those.
There you go. I knew you had it.
Yeah. And we're going to hell in a handbasket. There's that. Remember that saying?
Yeah, what do they also say? There's it shows you the kind of traffic they're expecting. Highway to hell, but a stairway to heaven. So
yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then Jesus says it better. He says, the road is, what is it? The path is narrow, or I don't know. Read it. It's in there.
The road less traveled. The road less traveled. I think.
No, that's a poem or something.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Jesus
it's definitely the narrow path. Let's put it that way.
Wide is the people and narrow is the way. Something like that.
Wide is the people? Well, that's
no,
true.
I know he didn't say
wide
that.
these days. Dude,
I'm going to have to look it up. I don't have it memorized.
When I first moved here, I forget what was going on. I think my son, his girlfriend was sick. We had to take her to the doctor's, right? We went to this doctor's office around here and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? There was a wheelchair that looked like a love seat practically with wheels on it. I'm like, I can fit 3 of me in this wheelchair, 4 of me probably. But, living here in Alabama, I started to quickly realize that, there's a lot of unhealthy, overweight people. And they need extra wide wheelchairs here. I'd never seen one in my life. It's crazy, right? I know.
Yeah.
Look at this. What are all these dents here and stuff? That's pretty crazy looking. Again, here, why is it? Why do they have these lines here coming down? Now these could be legit lines, and they're not rendering them. There's a little hole right here of some sort at the peak of this corner going in. Look, why wouldn't that be cleared up for us? Yeah, they're
Patty said
not rendering it all the way.
Yeah, Patty said Steffi Davis is going through a hard time.
Oh, wow.
I think,
well, we're going to keep her in our prayers for sure. I love her. I miss her. I don't see her around much anymore.
No, it's... Anyway.
Look at all this here. Look at this. I mean, this is very organized looking here, you know? Even though it's not rendered out, you can still make out that it's got organization to it or something. I don't know what all this is or what this is over here. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Okay.
The remain of an ancient...
All right, so now we're around Italy. Just take a look and see what's going on. There's some more holes. What are those things? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and we see all this part is the parts that just sunk in the melt, you know, and all the lowest parts, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, these could be something coming up off the off of one of the layers of the motherboard, if you will.
Yeah. It could have been exposed also, yeah. Because I have like
that's really structured right there, and that's a straight line. Why would they not render it out all the way? Is that really structured and they're just trying to cover it up? I don't know.
I don't know.
Look at that. That looks like this looks like part of the motherboard right here. This is the stuff I'm talking about here, guys.
Yeah. And when you showed it, Curtis showed the motherboard, and you could see the same pattern.
Yeah, you know what, SHEPU, if that would be great on your end, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, I can do it, but you're my co-host. Can you bring up motherboards and maybe like, you know, the flip sides of them or anything you can get on, you know, the layers of it and what it looks like?
Well, I have my folder of motherboards that we can.
Perfect. See, there's a reason why you're my co-host, and that's it.
Yeah, I found some weird things on Google.
What do you got?
I have some weird things you can look for on Google. So.
Oh, okay, great. Right here, we start getting into it's starting to look very component looking as well along here coming down. It's not rendered out. My allergies are starting. I'm going to have to blow my nose.
And then take a second to just say a prayer for Steph Davis because I guess her father passed. And so she's going through some rough times. So
absolutely.
Pray
where there's deep love, there's deep grief. And grief is different for everybody. It's really difficult. So definitely keep Steffi in our prayers for sure.
Yeah, the comforter come to your family and give you the peace and comfort you're looking for.
That's right. And there's no time frame for grief. I mean, I've heard of people, you know, 10 years later still in this deep grief. You know what I mean? Their lives just completely change and they lose the will to live, especially if it's like say a husband or a wife or something like that.
Not quite the encouraging story I was hoping you to say, but hey, you know.
Grief doesn't get talked about. Grief really should be something that a lot of people don't talk about it. You know what I mean? And I have learned over the years by seeing other people go through things that it's different for everybody. I mean, my grandfather's been gone since 2012. And he was 90. He lived to 90, okay? And my mother still cries at his grave every time we go to visit. You know what I mean? And she knows he's not there. He's in heaven, but you know, it's different. You know, it'll never change for her. She'll always be that way about it. And other people can get over it quickly and move on and accept it. And, you know, we have to have a tender heart for the people who don't and can't and need that comfort from us. Because everybody just expects everybody just, okay, well, gee, that was a year ago. Isn't she over that yet? Or maybe it's time to move past it. You got to move through grief at your own pace. That's just the way it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like when I lost my dad recently because they over-medicated him with preventative medicine.
Yeah.
You know, I miss him because whenever I think I see something, I want to talk to him about it. He's not there. So that's, you know, it's just always going to be there. But yeah, it's what makes us human, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We all need. We know that it's an eventuality for everyone, but when it happens suddenly, it's really harder to get by, because when you know that the person's really sick and it goes on and you see him like getting worse every day, it's kind of a relief, but to see him go because he's not suffering. But when it's unexpected, and it's really harder to get it by. But we all know that one day it's gonna happen too.
Yeah, that's one of the guarantees here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I noticed, and I'm not shaming or bagging on anybody who thinks this way, because I know a lot of people don't want to think about death. They think that if they don't think about it, it won't happen. If it's going to happen to all of us, it's inevitable. Okay. And we don't know a lot about death, what comes after. So there's that whole mystery of the unknown, and that scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
And not to get all spiritual, but once I found God, then that took away that fear. I'm not looking forward to not being around, but I'm not worried. I'm not fearful of it anymore.
This is the dream. This is not, we think this is reality. This is not reality.
And I'll tell you what reality is. MBF, otherwise known as Mr. Beast fan, finally showed his face.
Oh my God, Mr.
Wow.
Everybody's been looking for him, so I'm glad he's well.
Yeah. Hit him with a drop.
Yeah, he's tardy.
Yeah, he needs one.
I don't feel tardy.
No echo. So there you go. Look at that.
No echo. Oh my. Oh yeah. There's no echo on the show.
I know. They all heard it, I'm sure.
Oh, Jen, I found some interesting motherboards.
Okay.
Same color as the water. If you want to see it right away. Yeah.
Okay, well, before we go to that, I'm going to just zoom back in here. This was one of the anomalous places I wanted to show everybody. We talked about it before on the last show. As you can see here, peeking through the unrendered stuff is more stuff popping out that is part of this right here, which to me looks like the innards of the motherboard, meaning like the top layer has melted away and we're now seeing into the motherboard, okay? That's what I see here. That's the only thing that works for me at this point. We're seeing the layers of the motherboard here, and they would look like this. And SHEPU's got some stuff up we're going to look at. But again, here, if you just go through here, you can see more of it. Like as if the skin of a building came off, and you can see the inner girders of the building, the structure of the building that actually makes up the building itself. Without a motherboard layers, you wouldn't have anything to put your components on. And here what we're seeing is, I think that like when you lose, like if you scrape your skin and a couple of layers of your skin comes off and you can see that, just a little bit more, you're going to be bleeding or something. This is what we're seeing here. Some of this stuff has melted away over it. And if you want to know where ground level is, there it is right there. That's ground level. Because after that, you're just moving through the motherboard, and then you'll probably pop out the other side and be in hell.
Yeah. Just stay on this, like, don't close it if I show.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it right here because this is a really good spot here. You can really get some depth into this. Also reminds me of the Lena Pillars, or excuse me, the Lena Delta, where they did the side scan sonar, and you could see the building, 8 floors of a building under there, the structure. All right, I'm going to give it over to you, SHEPU, right now, and we'll go from there. And I'll get back over there in a minute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Some motherboard are just blue.
Motherfucker.
I thought that was appropriate for the motherboard.
Yeah, it looks very similar to what you were just showing. If you were to like back away from that, the dots on the right.
Yeah.
It's like, where it looks like it's in a line. All the way over to the right of the picture. The other right. The ones that are going strapping down. Yeah. That looks like some of the stuff that was showing through that.
She was showing like dips, like the dips, the holes, and
yeah.
Yeah, and the straight lines that we're running and stuff.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's one. Yeah, that's another
No, we don't
one.
believe in coincidences. There's no coincidence that this stuff looks the same.
Yep.
Wow, that's really cool, SHEPU. Hold on, let me put this on big screen here for everybody. Oh shit, this one. Here we go. Yeah, wow, this is so cool. I like this. Now, this layer that we're looking at, this is the most top layer of the motherboard, right? And then, of course, there's a flip side. There's a top and a bottom, and then there's layers in between that make up the motherboard. And within those layers are more things like this embedded in it. The more intricate and more layers, the faster processing power, the faster the speeds are for pushing information and all this stuff like that.
Because how these works, these are all the connections, the place that everything connects to, and on the other side, the top side, if you want to, are all the components, what we would put like buildings on top of it, because this is the under, like what's under the motherboard, like underneath the earth. This is what we see, and on the other top where the components are all the buildings. Because if I go to my, where is it? No, I'm not showing it. No, all right. Because I made another stop screen. I'll just share again. This, wait. This is another motherboard, but different color.
Wow, this is cool. I think I remember this one, maybe.
Yeah, this is the first time we covered it. You know, I made this.
Yeah,
this
that's cool. I
montage.
remember this. It looks like cities and stuff.
Yeah, to compare, like this one, you know, this is the top, all full of components from motherboards placed as cities, not exactly, but these ones are just real motherboards. But this only the top part. It's not connected to anything. The connection are all underneath. That's what I want to say. Like this. This is the under part.
Right, right.
There are more buildings that we don't live in than there are buildings that we actually live in, guys.
Yeah.
Real?
Yeah.
Wow. And there's so much more land. I mean, just drive somewhere and there's so much open land, and they
Stay
tell
right
us.
there, SHEPU.
Look at that. Where is he going?
Okay,
He's all over.
hang on. You're moving too quick here. I got vertigo. Don't do
I'm
this.
getting dizzy. Where's the vomiting tiger?
I know, I get that a lot.
Okay,
So,
go back to the other picture with the collage, please, if you could, just for a minute, and go up to that one that looks like a deserty kind of grid system. It looks like right there. Let's zoom in on that sucker, because that looks like some of the stuff we were just looking at underwater. That's really interesting.
yeah.
And then there's so many places like this out in the desert that are all like lined out for what? You know, there's like some places there's no sign of any civilization.
Right,
No,
exactly.
Exactly.
And
And
that
there's
was one of the first rabbit holes that we went down at this house anyways, because Jeannie loves going through Google Earth, is looking through and finding the weirdest stuff out there. There's some really odd views on Google Earth.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that look up things on Google Earth and find these really weird anomalies out in the middle of nowhere, and they trek off to go find the stuff, and they find structure all the time. All the time they find structure.
Yeah.
Like there's a pyramid in the Antarctica, and they say, "Oh, it's just a mountain," you know.
Nothing to see here. It's just a mountain. Took millions of years to form. This is crazy. This is Tokyo, I believe, and I think that is Fuji back there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's huge.
Cover that with water, melt this shit a little bit, and they're going to say that this is some kind of ridge, you know, some kind of thing that took millions of years to form under the water.
Yeah, it's the same thing that you were just showing. You know, that ridge with all the lines and
Exactly. That center one right there. Right where you go. Okay, go to left of that. Left. Up a little further. It's that main street right there. Oh, you just passed it. Hold on. There's like two lines paralleling each other Not
I
that
see what
much.
you're saying. A little higher, a little higher.
Yeah, that would be one of those lines we just saw. Yeah, Shepu, you're not getting it. It's okay.
I see it, but I can't move the arrow.
I know.
Oh, you want me to move my arrow? Go. I didn't know. What, these ones? Are these?
Yes,
Yeah, I think
you
those.
just had
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that one.
That
That
one.
one. Right
There we
there.
go.
Because it's like parallel in itself right there.
Yeah.
You know, and I find it interesting, the bridges and the connections, because when you bridge something, you're making a connection to something, and you know, it's really just all components, guys, and a flow of energy. And we're part of that flow of energy because we put our energy into this grid system. It's not for positive, though. Not the way it used to be. They're harnessing our energy, try to get their stuff going and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that
So-
one down there was pretty cool.
We already covered all of these. Which one?
No, this is important here. Let's zoom in on one of these eroded, corroded ones or melted ones. Like you just had that other one up. Yeah. Okay, let's just take a look at this. All right. Imagine this is your city and you're traveling around, you're looking for the melt, and then, oh, you come upon this weird stuff over here, right there. Yeah. It just looks like it's something natural, right? No, it's a component that melted down and over some other stuff.
Yeah, it would be like a mountain if you were like the size of this thing here. It would be
Right.
like a
Right.
mountainous range, all of it.
Exactly, Shepu. Now, over there, you have Saxiawam on your other picture. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, this thing never made sense to me until I realized flat Earth and the grid system and the free energy, you know, components and everything. This thing is completely 100%, in my opinion, part of a processing unit for this motherboard. It's not a temple. It's not some tomb or whatever. It's not something that housed their grains or whatever. This is actually a component that was, you know, clearly melted down on the X Factor event, severely damaged. Baroque. Doesn't work anymore. But that's what we're looking at here, guys.
Yeah, same as this.
Same as this. That's right. It's identical.
Hey, Sue B. Ratio, I hope I said that right, said she saw a Wonder Woman plane on Google Earth in Texas. I mean, I think everyone, at least we have multiple times seen those like invisible planes. You can see through them that are spraying things. There's one actually on my Cloud Cock video. There's one in that one. But yeah, it's a weird thing because I'll throw one more thing at you besides what do you call it, pandas and pigeons. Some of the things we see in the sky that we think are planes, I think are something else. Because look at, you got them in Transformers, right? They pretend to be planes. So I think we're seeing some type of spirit that is manifesting itself to look like a plane.
Yeah,
I agree 100%.
So
This is really good here, guys. They will tell you this is, you know,
What
some
is
kind
that?
of temple, all this stuff. When you look at it from a higher perspective than
Look.
even this one here, it's identical to the components on the motherboard.
look at
Like-
that. It's exact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
This
that.
is the
Why
motherboard.
would, yeah, they're so close together and compact. It does not make sense to have a temple like this or whatever. And the
Did
thing
everyone have their own individual place to pray? Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah, make it make sense, Shepu. The thing on the right makes sense.
Absolutely.
That's what the thing on the left is.
Another thing too is that this is why everything was covered with gold. Gold is not corrosive. It's ideal for conducting electricity and the flow of energy. I think everything was gold. I mean, of course, there was copper and silver and everything embedded and other different things and stuff like that. This is a component on the grid system for sure.
Which is another reason why Jesus' prophecy, when he says they're going to, not one stone of that temple won't be destroyed, it's because they were trying to reclaim all the precious metals that were in it, I think.
Absolutely. And I think that's what they're mining. When they're mining out stuff, they're mining out the parts to the motherboard that have melted.
here you can see this part here. That is this part here, the square stuff. And you can see like the chip here behind the square part.
Right.
And just beside, oh shit, what did I
Uh-oh.
do
Oh.
there? Oh shit.
Row. There it is. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, here the square part right beside it.
Yeah.
Same as this.
This is why you need to go to school for electrical
Where-
stuff and everything. They don't want you to
where's-
know. This is not
where
going to
is
be common knowledge.
Where's this, SHEPU? These temples?
Mandalay.
Mandalay Bay in Vegas?
No, it's in
Yeah,
like
no.
Indonesia or something.
Mandalay, Indonesia. I
Oh,
think.
Mandalay, Indonesia. I
Yeah.
gotta check that out. That's wild.
These are really good pictures, Chappelle.
Yeah, always brings
Yeah,
the
it's
heat.
full of not this place, but there's another location that you can see that they're all red bricks, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, all this stuff that we're looking at here, the white and the gold and everything, underneath of it all is brick.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because there's the one in Sri Lanka, I think, it's the same thing, but there's no more gold. It's only like red bricks. Remember, Jen?
Yeah. Once you realize the red brick stores energy and the capabilities and what that actually means, then it makes sense that everything was brick and the density of the brick that they used back then. The denser it is, the more energy it's going to store. Look at the bricks we make now. They have like what a certain amount of pressure, and they just disintegrate. The old bricks have way more. What is that called? PSI or something? Pounds per square inch or something.
Yeah, exactly. More resistance to the crushing pressure.
Absolutely. And depending upon how your motherboard or your section of the motherboard is set up, there's different things going on and in different locations and stuff. And then when they connect these cities with their highways, high speed information on their highways, they're connecting, building it out, connecting it.
Yep. Exactly, Jen.
And I do feel that's a good one. I like that. Look at that, guys. Look at that melted, muffed up mess, all corroded and everything. It looks like everything that we see.
Yep.
Natural formations, millions of years.
Sure.
Exactly. Not this one again, but this is not. This is actual real city
Wow.
destroyed, and look,
I
the
saw
same thing.
Yeah.
You passed Angkor Wat up a little ways in your pictures.
I don't know, really.
Yeah, with that green one.
Oh yeah, the LiDAR one.
Yeah, I like that one too. If we can show those two pictures just to let people know. When you look at Angkor Wat, wattage, okay, electrical watt, it's got water around it. This is a water-cooled processor right here, okay? They have water-cooled, liquid-cooled computer systems out there. If you've never heard of it, look them up and check it out. They're really expensive, and they have super high processing power. As a matter of fact, you would want a water-cooled processor, not what we're using now. That's the ideal, because you can control the temperature way better with water.
Yep.
And they LiDAR'd this and found all of this under the foliage. What does it look like without the LiDAR? Is that what you got clicked on right there, or your arrow is? Okay,
Yes.
good. So this is what it looks like without the LiDAR. It just looks like a regular temple there in the center. You can't tell what's going on. You're going to believe whatever they fucking tell you. But when you get down to the nitty gritty of it and you see that, go back, yeah, there you go. It's a freaking computer chip of some sort. And it's got the bridges, the connections going over to the other side to where the rest of it is.
Yep, exactly. And this is like, you can see all around there's more. Not
And
only that one, yeah.
Yeah, this Angkor Wat is huge, but that next one next to it with that
Yeah.
moat around it, that's massive.
That's even bigger.
Yeah, it's next
And
level.
It's more than one around.
Look at this. I don't know if they're trees or not, but these little holes look like the stuff we were seeing on the ocean floor. These little circles and stuff,
Yeah, I think they are trees.
Okay, so look at this, guys. It's melted out and muffed up, but you can see these lines, these parallel running lines, just like we saw on the ocean floor that look like they could have been rendered more, but they weren't rendered all the way. They're just running across here.
Yeah. These are images from Google Earth itself. So.
Mm-hmm.
that is too perfectly square, and that is quite an undertaking for supposed, ancient people, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that supposed to be? Water in that area, or like?
Yeah, it's water around it.
Yeah. So you think, well, why would they have that? What would make them go out of their way to not just build a temple, but to put water all around it? Okay, it's because it's a water-cooled processor. Oh, show that melted pyramid right there. That's good too, SHEPU. Okay, I love this. This is a melted down piece on the computer board, guys, on the motherboard. Just like we saw a few pictures ago where SHEPU was showing they were melted and corroded all away and everything.
Oh yeah, I think I have like a comparison between those two.
Man, it was so long ago we did this show on this stuff.
Yeah.
I think Steve and I even did a show on this at one time. Oh yeah, look at that, SHEPU. That's identical. Look at the way it's dripping and like layering down, like the terracing that we talk about. You see it right there on the computer chip.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right here.
Yep. Boom, baby.
It creates peaks and downhill and
those look like some nodes right there.
Yeah, yeah.
You can see them.
Because these are the points that were heated way more than these places, so it created these nodes there.
Can you zoom in on this picture a little? Like, yeah, on the computer board part of it. Yeah, I just want you guys to get a good look of the melt here on this thing, okay? And then this is micro. Then you look over at the other picture, that's macro. It's the same freaking thing. Same.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. I love it. Thank you, SHEPU.
No worries. Yeah, the rest is just kind of motherboards and cities, just AI stuff that I tried to make cities out of motherboards.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Because you can see that they are components, but they're not people. They are just like motherboard components.
Yeah.
But this one, you can kind of see shapes of cars. But this is real city.
Okay, so right here even. These parallel running streets look just like, especially this big highway here on the left-hand side, look just like what we saw underwater as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And and there are city grids that are like this.
Uh-huh.
And
there's stuff like this underwater as well. I found circles like this that have things coming off of it. It's usually pyramidal looking. The rest of it's like kind of all wiped out and stuff. But this would be one that's complete.
Yes. Just motherboard.
So prior to the oh, that's a good one right there. Prior to the release of Lucifer, the short season, it was a free energy grid system that was for us. After the millennial reign and going into the short season of Satan, they're using us and harnessing our energy for their grid system.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
This is really good, SHEPU. I love these pictures. It makes sense. And when you're in line with truth, when you know what you're seeing and these comparisons, it resonates. Truth has a frequency. And when you're in line with truth and you're in line with that frequency long enough, you know it when you see it. You don't even need all this proof. Okay. We give it to you because there it is. And there's a bunch of jackwagons out there waiting to jump on us saying, oh, where's your proof and this and that and the other thing. But I'm telling you, when you're in line with truth, truth has a frequency. It resonates with you and you know it. It's a knowing. Do you believe in Jesus or do you know Jesus? Do you believe in all this stuff or do you know it to be true? Okay. I know it's true. I know it.
No, you like this one.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite one right there. Guys, this is the World Trade Center and all their buildings right there. You got the two towers, building 1 and 2, and then you have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all around it. Identical to the way it was set up before they destroyed all this stuff on that fateful day. Even across from it, if you go across from the two towers over to where these columns are, these buildings with columns, they look just like these Roman buildings and stuff with all the columns on them and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you look behind those tall ones, you see building 7.
Exactly, building 7, yes.
Well,
What are stadiums? Stadiums are these, they're processing power. Where's the power coming? It's coming from us because we're putting our energy into those stadiums. Their grid system is baroque. They have to use us and our energy to make things go and run. Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy right there. And look at that mesh system right there. Whatever they're starting to build right there in the lower left-hand corner, the way it looks like a meshing.
Yeah.
See some of that on the ocean floor too. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to just point something out right here. These white things that are lined up, these long white things here. Yeah, those. They're RAMs. RAMs are if you have a lot of RAMs, then you have a lot of processing power. It's the more RAMs, the better.
Yeah, like these ones are for RAMs and these ones are for other cards.
Right.
But yeah, it's the same thing. Slots to put components.
When you look at most people don't understand electronics, okay? And you got to go to school for this stuff. It's not, like out there all the time. When you start to educate yourself on electronics and the components and what their functions are and what they're called, okay, you start to better understand what these things are that we're looking at that we work in, and libraries, capitol buildings, state buildings, and all this stuff like that. Why are they all the same across the plane? They're not Tatarian. They're parts and components of the motherboard.
Yep. And these type of thing that are already there, these like basement where you can connect the buildings, like it's like foundations already there, and you just put your building on it to connect to the motherboard.
Exactly. And also I want to point out that everything under the layers of the motherboard, all this stuff on top, once it's put in, that's why everything's there's all these tunnels and everything running underground, because it connects everything. What you're seeing above ground on the top layer, what we're looking at here of the motherboard, is where the components are.
Yeah.
They are connected down into the motherboard. That's why you have this these foundations, if you will. Okay. Yeah. That connect to the motherboard. And then there's all these, you find out, oh, did you hear there's a tunnel going from here to there and all this stuff? Yes, because it has to, because that's the way these things work. Well, now they're baroque. They don't work, but they did, and that's how it worked.
Yeah. You see like this on this type of thing, but underneath it looks like this type of thing. It's
that's right.
It's all connected in some kind of a, if you would say, cave system or something.
Yeah. Like tunnels, all these brick tunnels that are everywhere, and they try to tell us they're ancient mines and all this stuff like that. Why would they have just like these tunnels that just keep going and going and going? There was some kind of flow of something going through there, whether it was etheric energy being harnessed from above to come down into the grid system and make it function and flow through these corridors. Okay. Because in computers, you have gateways, you have corridors, you have logic gates, you have all this stuff. And, I don't have time tonight to educate everybody on what all these things are, but, you can look them up and start learning about what these things do and how things are processed. Now, if you look on this board, I don't know if I can tell you where it's at here or not, because I know Curtis was talking about guardrails and stuff. A lot of these motherboards and stuff, you can see when you go in on it like that, you can see these lines that are running and hugging around everything. They curve around and hug stuff and everything. I think they're your guardrails. What are guardrails doing? What are they guarding?
The rail.
Are they for something rammed into it?
It was a shot in the dark, SHEPU. It was a shot.
Yeah.
I messed it up. I know.
Yeah, no, I might be something, but I don't. They're on wood and stuff. I don't deny that there's something there, but you're gonna look for the galvanized when it's first started, because they're all made out of this galvanized steel.
Right.
So it's a thing to look into, but
yeah, I'm not talking about our modern guardrails or nothing. Like the stuff that doesn't make any sense that is in locations that it shouldn't be. Wow, look at that.
yeah, I don't know what I'm clicking on. I was just
Oh, it's okay.
because we were starting from this because you were doing the water stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly the same.
Absolutely. All these little dots up here, the circular dots and making circles and all this stuff like that, this is exactly the patterns that we're seeing underwater. Mm-hmm. Now, there's no two motherboards that are exactly the same, guys.
No, because look, if I show you this one, you know, the lines are all this way.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm talking about here, even with the guardrails and stuff. Can you zoom in on that spot right there that's like really faint, kind of like in the center, but off to the left a little bit? Okay.
On this one?
No. Go to the left, the other side. Yeah, go that right there. Right.
A little higher.
A little higher. And then not that high. Right there. So you're on it. Okay, yep. Go left a little bit more. Just a little bit more to the left.
A little bit more.
Right there. Zoom in on that. Zoom in on that. Because that looks like stuff that we were just looking at on the ocean floor. Can you go in any further on that?
Wait.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to zoom in on that little section right there. Because that looks like just like what we were seeing under
there you go.
On the ocean floor. Boom, baby. I love it. I dare somebody to prove me wrong on this. I dare you. Okay? And if you can prove me wrong, I'll give you $100 fucking dollars.
Whoa! Get on that.
I dare you. Yeah, I know it's a bold statement, but I'm a bold chick. So there's that.
Do you dirty double dog dare them?
Oh. See those two little dots right there together? Right
Which one?
Not those two. Those two.
No.
And the squiggly line going around it. All that. I just saw that on the ocean floor too. I was like, what is this thing? Why is it there? And here it is here. It's crazy.
Yeah, it looks like the mound, the serpent mound, you know?
Yeah,
yes,
that thing too, right?
And I had like, I don't know if I can show it. I have like the Hancock show #1, and they showed these, what I was talking about on the last show. These components that they found like all over Amazon, but they don't know why they're there. They said, oh no, they could not be like dwellings or anything, but they practically are like components etched into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
I can look at this stuff all day. All right, let's zoom out a little.
You know, this section you can find it like near Thailand and stuff, just out of the coast. There's like a section that's all these rounded stuff.
Okay. I definitely saw it around Turkey and the Mediterranean for sure. It might not have been as organized and tight as this, but I definitely seen them.
All right.
It's fascinating stuff.
So you want to get back into your...
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So
I can throw up my Google Earth things really fast and get rid
absolutely. Let's do that.
Right.
Sounds good.
And clickety click. There. You see this?
Clickety click. Here we go. Nice.
Yeah. But they're saying it's not a pyramid. They're saying it's just a mountain. It's just perfectly pyramid shaped.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
Patty. I'll give you $100 if you can prove me wrong. Not you. I know you. You're into this stuff. I mean, anything else. But if you do, I'll give it to you too.
I mean, look at it from the sky. It's like a perfect pyramid.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's probably this is one and that's one, you know. But anyways, you can find all these on Google Earth. Just, you know, type them in, you'll find them. But this is the one that freaked me out the most. This is over in California. I think it's near Death Valley. And you can see this on Google Earth. And someone tell me what the hell that is. Doesn't make, and it's in the middle of the desert. Oops. And where'd it go? How do I get over there? Picture go sideways. Let's see. No. Hang on. Well, this is just not working. There we go. There's like a boat that's just, you know, sitting in the desert. I think there's a couple of boats.
I remember you showed this a while ago.
Yeah.
And this thing's in like a desert, right? Yeah.
Yeah. If when you do it on Google, I didn't pull it up on Google Earth because it takes a while to find it. But when you pull it up there, it's I think near the Death Valley. Yeah, here, Death Valley.
So what's that smaller one that's not filled with water, right?
I don't know.
That's very. Can we zoom
They
in on
don't
that?
say what either one of these are. Not on this because I did that and it got all.
Huh.
Let's see. That's about as big as I can get. I'll try one more. There. So I don't know, but it looks like it's the opposite of this. Yeah. And why there's a boat sitting out in the middle of the
And it's a big boat.
there.
It's not a small boat.
No, it's not. Because
How's
that's like a truck or something over here. This thing's huge, like a yacht.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Oh,
Right,
wait,
right.
Not one right here.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna need it, or you're gonna need it. I don't know. And then you know you can just find all these weird things. Like that one looks like weird symbol writing. Of course, in Utah, it's a lot of weirdness going on in Utah. Where's this thing? The Idaho wagon wheel.
Oh wow.
And you know, when we go over the components on the boards and stuff, and all the parks had Ferris wheels. This is very Ferris wheel looking.
It sure is. It could be a Ferris wheel that fell over and melted into the side there. It looks a little
or it was a turbine that turned like the Ferris wheels do or something. I don't know.
Computers have fans that look like that.
There you go.
You know, that could have been part of it. When you look at Islamabad and Turkmenistan, took me a while to figure out how to say that. I did good on that one. But when you look at Islamabad,
you say that 3 times fast, you're never gonna be able to say it again.
Can't even say it twice. Anyway, it looks like a computer board. It's all elaborate. They have beautiful buildings. They're all white, right? And their monuments supposedly are 100% tech. And they have all these ponds and fountains everywhere you go. When you look at the World's Fairs, they're set up like a computer board when you look at the fairgrounds, these buildings, these massive buildings that nobody lives in, okay? And then you have water all around it and fountains and stuff.
Yeah, that's the other fascinating thing. There's water for all kinds of like fountains and decorative things, but then some of these buildings have no indoor plumbing.
Right.
And they crap in a bucket and pour it outside.
And that's a telltale sign that building is not for people to live in. It was a piece on the grid. Whatever they utilized it for while they were here, when it was working, I have no clue. But you're not going to build something ornate, covered in all these beautiful aesthetics and all this stuff, and forget to put plumbing in when you got a fountain outside.
Right.
No. So the fountains and the ponds are for cooling the system that is running there.
They were getting water somehow to it, so they could easily have brought it inside the building.
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't take that one little extra step in their thought and be like, hey, we can put this inside the building. It doesn't have to be outside.
So I don't know what that one is.
What
the
is
Oregon
that?
Splash.
That's weird.
They're saying what could have made a splash that big. That's a pretty big splash.
It is pretty fucking big.
Yeah. All right. And then I haven't seen all of these. There's
What's
like
that?
the Nevada Last Supper. What is this? What the heck?
What is that? Are those teeth from like a dinosaur or something?
No, but somebody in the middle of nowhere stuck this version of the Last Supper or something.
Oh, okay. All right, I see it now. It looked like
Yeah.
teeth. It looked like my dog's teeth when my dog was alive.
Betty, Nevada. They say it's even creepier when it's close up.
It looks melted. What are they trying to tell us here? What's going on?
Right? And this one I've where to go? This one I've covered. That's a weird thing. The colors in that Wyoming spring.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, and this one's hilarious. This guy doesn't like his neighbor.
A-hole. I guess he means the back hole.
Yeah, the back hole, exactly. Isn't
Not
that
the
funny?
front hole, the back hole.
I just thought that's hilarious. You know, he has all this farming, so that's what he ends up doing.
I mean, he really must be an a-hole for the guy to do that.
Right?
Why
Or
would you
this
tell that
guy,
person he wasn't?
right? Or this guy might be. I don't know. It's hard to say, but still, it's for our pleasure. I like this one. They wrote "Jesus loves you." So that's
Oh,
cool.
that's nice.
That's in Idaho. So, and then I think that's it on that one. Top 10 strange. Like, what is this? Underwater.
Hmm.
I don't know if we went to that one when you were looking, but
No. It's in Greece. It says a circular crater in Greece.
yeah.
There are no craters and there are no volcanoes. So what is it?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? And then there's this one lake in Iraq that's red.
Oh, I remember looking at this a long time ago. They were saying it was turning into blood or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look at the grid system, guys. All our
Right.
cities are set up
Look
like
at it's exactly what SHEPU and you were just showing.
this. 100%.
Yeah. And this is a military plane graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
That's where tech goes to die, guys.
Right? And that's
Those
like what
places
and they call it a graveyard because that's where they take the tech and put it, right? Like you're always saying, the tops
Yeah.
of the stones. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's
The Bell Cemetery. You got car junkyards. You have airplane graveyards. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. This is some guy, rich billionaire, apparently. He put this into the sand. That's his last name.
Okay.
So they say, anyway. So they say. And they've got 50 these things across
You know
Kazakhstan.
that thing right there in the center that looks like a little piece for a 45 record.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen that symbol there for thermal fucking rotation. Thermal rotation I was looking up.
Oh, is that the node?
Are
we talking nodes?
Well, yeah. But definitely that was the symbol for like the thermal rotation and stuff. I have it on a thumbnail. That's interesting.
All right.
Really interesting.
Jordan's
Ooh,
earthy
look at all
wheel.
that.
Ancient carvings of the surface of Jordan's.
It was also the shape of the engine in the Back to the Future.
This?
Oh, the thrust
No,
capacitor or something?
Oh, this thing? Yeah. Right? What is that? The flux capacitor.
The flux capacitor.
The thrust capacitor.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. What else? Another pyramid shaped thing.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know where this is. Sunken Egyptian pyramid.
Sunken?
I don't know. Weird.
Definitely melted.
But this definitely looks like, I don't know. I don't know. What's this? I don't know. You tell me. I mean,
That's no bueno.
Am I what? Is it?
Does look like.
Am I the only one that's seeing like a NASA rocket here? I mean, come on. Is it just me? Sorry. Well, that's what I see. Okay, there's an owl. How about that? There's an owl. Go with that. And that's the back hole. Okay, what's this? This an enormous pentagram carved in Kazakhstan. That's no bueno. I ain't
No
going
bueno.
there. I am not going there.
Yeah.
That
Definitely
exists.
not going there.
What in the heck goes on there?
Whatever it is, I don't want no part of it.
No bueno. Yikes.
Yikes. Yeah. Exactly.
Giant spiral.
Oh yeah. Now I heard stories that somebody made this as an art thing, and then I heard other stories that it was ancient and it's been there, and somebody just discovered it. And I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I've heard
Well,
the
it
same
does
thing.
say it's artwork installment, so
Yeah.
so that
Okay.
was put in. Okay.
Same
Well, I
as
didn't.
Oh, look at that. That's interesting,
Vesica Pisces with 2
right?
pillars or 2 other stuff.
So right in the center where they're where they're connecting,
Oh,
where
here
they
the
overlap each other, that
What
part
is-
there in the center is really where the magic happens.
they
Yeah.
call it a Vespa circle or something. Something diagram. What are those called?
Vesica Pisces.
Well, yeah, but also Venn diagram. That's what
Yeah.
Venn
Kamala Camel likes to say a lot.
And that looks like it's pretty damn big. Who the hell did that?
I don't know. It's
That's
on the
not
desert
small.
floor near Mesa Herfanita. No, Mesa Herfanita, I think. Mesa Herfanita.
Mexico.
There we go. Mesa Herfanita. Oh, I'm in New Mexico. Okay. Mesa Herfanito.
Is it
Yeah.
Mesa or Mesa? I don't know.
Well,
I guess
I
it's
would
Mesa.
I would think Mesa if we're talking New Mexico.
But the
So,
E shouldn't be sounding like an A.
look, the English language is like
It would
really
be
it's
Mesa, and not
the
Mesa.
English language is the language of the peasants. This is what they
I know.
gave us to confuse the crap out of us in this time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, 2, 2, and 2. What word am I saying? You know what I mean? 3 different ones doesn't make any
Just
sense.
shut up and go build a building already.
So, but listen to this. This is interesting. Located on the desert floor, wherever it is, in New Mexico, these 2 large diamond encased in overlapping circles are claimed to be a hidden bunker belonging to the Church of Scientology.
Oh boy.
Tom Cruise is in here. He's in there somewhere.
They went out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and put this in.
Well, actually, they went in the middle of Mesa Herfanita, but yeah, it's
Well,
close
mine's
to
only
Bumfuck. It's
bumfuck
right
nowhere.
near there. It's right near there. But wow, so how would they? So they have a secret hidden bunker, but that everyone knows about. Okay. Let's
Okay,
see.
that's one bunker I won't be looking for.
The Church of Scientology's website has a mention of a supreme being in a spiritual universe, and these symbols on the desert floor reportedly help guide them to return to Earth after fleeing the planetary Armageddon. Well, there you go. Wow, there's a lot going on right there.
Right? I don't
Yikes.
know. I'm not buying it.
No, I don't know what you're telling. I'm not buying it either. Okay, so that's enough of that. Do I have any more? Oh, what's this? The Nazca lines?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
We have to cover this on a show one day. We haven't done
Yeah.
Nazca. We've
Yeah,
done
those
Peru,
things
but
are
not
good.
Nazca.
This one's weird. This is really weird. This thing. You think it's a bunch of people standing out in a field, but
Mhm.
no, it's scarecrows.
Okay.
I don't know why they're there, but that's what they are.
It's where scarecrows go to die. It's a scarecrow.
Yeah, right? It's the scarecrow graveyard. Good night. I'm going now.
Yep, show's over. You can end it right there.
But then here we go. And this is why I pulled this, just to show you this one. Look at you go on Google. Whoops, where to go? There's pigeon people on Google
Oh,
Earth.
see.
Just saying.
Wow.
It's nuts. So, but yeah, there's that pentagram again that you just don't want to go to. It's just weird.
It is weird.
Can you back out and see where this is? Let's see. Wow.
Gosh.
I mean,
where
you
is
really
it?
have to know it's there to find it. How would you ever have seen that? You know?
Mhm.
Wow.
So where is this at? Russia or Ukraine or
Well,
something?
yeah, near there, Kazakhstan.
Okay, Kazakhstan. Okay. Huh.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Then we just saw that one. I guess that's something that I didn't know. And
What the hell's going on
people
there?
moved or died away in a remote Japanese village, and one of the old women began recreating the likenesses in life-size dolls. Okay, she's lost it.
Okay.
There's a face in the Antarctica. Yeah, I could kind of see it there, I guess. Island of the Birds. Okay. Now we're just, see, they're all showing the same thing. Now we know that's the Scientology base.
Mhm.
So, what is this? Yeah, I've heard about the supposed flying saucer in Antarctica.
Yeah. Okay. I see it.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what they say, or so they say. So, And that one, if you were looking on Antarctica, see how you kind of have to find a video that shows you where it is.
Wow.
But that one's there.
Yeah.
In Antarctica.
Yeah, I remember one time I found like a huge opening in the mountainside. It was looking like a docking station for planes to enter. It's
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I've seen that.
I remember that.
There's also one of those weird keyhole kind of things in Antarctica too. If you look.
Oh yeah, does China or somebody have keyhole things?
yeah, China. There's a keyhole like I don't know what they call it. Just
It's
like
kind of-
yeah,
It's kind of like Angkor Wat, where it's
Yeah.
surrounded by water, but
Yeah.
it's
shaped
keyhole.
like a keyhole. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It reminds me of like again the tech and the name of the tech, like the master keys. You have certain keys and stuff. You have keys on your keyboard and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it fits. I just don't know exactly how it fits. We have 35 people here. That's awesome. At least
Oh,
we
you
have-
were over 40 at some points.
nice.
Yeah.
So let me see here, guys. Can we take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll get into a few more things, and then I think we're gonna wrap it up because we're at 2 hours and 37 minutes, and I need to go to the bathroom.
Absolutely. And can I ask for some prayers in my family? I had to leave for a minute. There was a family emergency, not here, but elsewhere in another state. And so just prayers for healing in my family too.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
All right.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. SHEPU, can you put on one of your new awesome songs for us when we take a break? And somebody here could drop SHEPU's channel for his music channel into the chat box, so everybody can make sure they're subscribed over there.
How much time do you need?
I don't know. Give me like a 4-minute one. 4.5 minutes.
All right, one of the new ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one right there on your side. So
Oh,
I'll
on my
take
side here on the bottom, right? Okay, hold on.
3 of them.
Oh,
You can
okay.
choose.
All right, we're gonna go with this one at the 412. I like this one.
Yeah. They got us all locked in this illusion, yo. Following rules they design, control and flow. They stacking lies on lies, but do we ever know? We hold the power within, watch our spirit glow. They put it in your face, trying to claim control. But if we stand strong, they got nowhere to go. Make your own game, don't play a role. In this conscious life, we reclaim our soul. Power's in your hand if you take a stand. Build your own path, make your own brand. Step outside the line, don't need the plan. Live life on your terms, freedom's your land. They paint a picture, but the colors don't blend. Telling stories in the media to twist and bend. Feeding illusions while our spirits ascend. Taking back the narrative, the message we send. See the truth, see the lies, reflected in your eyes. Stand up tall, let them know we realize. Unity is strength, division's only paralyzed. Building bridges, tearing down the disguise. Power's in your hand if you take a stand. Build your own path, make your own brand. Step outside the line, don't need the plan. Live life on your terms, freedom's your land. We break free from the chains of a hidden truth. They feed you lines, but it's just a spoof. The curtain's drawn, time to see the proof. Step into the light with a fearless groove. Don't let them box you in, you know your worth. Create your own world here on this earth. With every choice you make, feel the rebirth. Because this is your life, rewrite your verse. Power's in your hand if you take a stand. Build your own path, make your own brand. Step outside the line, don't need the plan. Live life on your terms, freedom's your land. They keep selling dreams, but they ain't gold. Whispers in your ear, the lies unfold. It's a magic show with a tight blindfold. Rise beyond the noise, let your truth be told. We're more than a change, more than a scheme. In a world they built where nothing's what it seems. But if you take the wheel, drive your own dream. Break out from their molds, hear your spirit scream. In illusions we drown, in truth we soar. We hold the key to every locked door. Turn the page, it's time for revolution. Crack the code, find
find your own solution. In this paradox, we find our voice. With every step, we're making our choice. See through the veil, discard the illusion. Resist the lies, no more confusion. We got the fire, let's reignite. With courage in our hearts, we take back the night. In illusions we drown, in truth we soar. We hold the key to every locked door. In illusions we drown, in truth we soar. We have the power to open all these doors. Power's in your hand if you take a stand. Don't live the lie, find your promised land.
Yeah, you're back.
Yep, we're back. We're back. And I'm just getting something set up over here.
Nice.
Okay.
Now people were thinking that it was over.
Oh, no, we just took a break, guys. I'm pretty sure I said we're taking a break.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, now we know who's listening and not.
Wow.
Exactly.
There's a test on Friday, so you guys better pay attention. That's a really good song, too. I like that. All right. Mr. 2 is over. No, Red Storm's not over.
Yeah, rethink too. Another one's not
over till it's over. Till the fat lady sings. There's no shortage of fat ladies around here. Just saying. Anyway, enough of the fat. I'm going to present right now. And check this stuff out real quick because I wanted to show it on another show and I never got to it. I should probably put the hold on a second. I got to put the volume on with it. Go back in here. Share screen. Clickety click. All right. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to turn these captions off, though. I think they're just on there. It's off now. All right, guys, check out this supposed temple. We're going to listen to this real quick. 800-year-old temple, supposedly. It says cars, airplanes, and bikes carved in an 800-year-old temple.
Hey, guys. Today, we're going to a very strange ancient temple in Bali, Indonesia. As you can see, this is the name of the temple. And here you can see the year it was constructed. It was built in 1205, which means it was built about 800
The one
years.
is again the same font.
Yeah, it was different fonts.
Yeah. Somebody put that in there.
But just behind this, you can see this strange carving on the wall.
It's like a car.
Can you tell me what this is? Yes.
Yeah, it sure does look like a car. You drive that thing till the wheels fall off. But yeah, he's going to break it all down. He's going to show it. There's doors,
Like
there's lights, there's rims. This guy's got nice rims on his car.
Is it like a cheetah driving the car? I don't know.
And there's that spoke
Or it's
thing
Dogman.
Dogman. But there's that spoke. There's the spoke wheel that we were just looking at on the Google Earth images.
You're right. You're right. But look, he's even got smoke coming out the back of it here, like right here coming out. It looks like flaming up. Anyway, let's just continue. Here, let me put it up again.
One hand on the steering wheel, and on the other hand, he's blowing a horn. He's honking by pressing this bulb-like thing. These types of horns are called the bugle air horns, and when you press them, it honks. And look at the big light in front of the car. A giant light source is mounted in the front. How can a temple built 800 years ago have a car carved on it? Did cars exist 800 years ago? But there's something even more crazy. Can you tell me what this guy is holding? Is that a gun? Yes, it is a pistol. The guy is holding a gun and is going to shoot the driver of the car here.
That's gonna happen.
First carjacking.
He's like, yo, buddy, yo, key,
or he's sitting inside.
Yeah, you're right. It's a visual of the first carjacking.
Right? It's documented right here.
Yeah, the very
He's
first
like,
carjacking.
get out of the car. I'm taking over. I'm going to drive this thing till the wheels fall off. No,
So what version of GTA would this be? GTA
He even
1?
got boots on. Look at his boots.
GTA BC.
It's like, where are you going? Nowhere. That's where.
Shoes at the bottom. But the whole scene looks very surreal because you can also see this carved next to it. An ancient soldier sitting on a horse. He's holding a bow in one hand and is releasing an arrow from it. There is one guy kneeling in front of him and begging for life. This is typical of 800-year-old Hindu temples in Indonesia. So we can see the ancient arrow on the left and the modern gun on the right, side by side. How do we see a scene from many, many centuries ago along with a scene that is quite modern?
Okay, let's just pause it right there. I don't know if he's going to get into this one part here, but I'm noticing that he's skipping over something that's major right here, okay? And I don't think he covers it on here from what I can tell. Okay, let's just go back a tiny bit here. Look at what he's looking at. He's talking about this right here. This is before, right? And then, let me go up a little further. Right here. That was back here. And then you have this. And then there's the other scene over here. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this to me looks like some kind of X Factor event. You know, like plumes of something coming up or something. There's that's a dividing line between the past and the future, if you will. You see what I'm saying? The before and the after.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. Let's continue here. Go.
Yep. Nice.
Can you tell me what it is? Here's another plane, and they're having a dogfight in midair. Planes are trying to destroy each other. But who is winning? You can see that this guy is still sitting inside his plane. But what about this one? It's empty. Where's the top gun? Where is the pilot? Can you spot the pilot?
In a parachute.
There's power in a word.
Hold on. Hold on.
Why do I feel like I'm at one of those kids shows? Can you find Dora? Yes.
He
There
keeps it
she
simple
is.
for the simple-minded. That's what he does.
I know. I just think it's funny. I'm on the edge of my seat. Yes, I can spot him. He's right there.
But you know what's interesting about this plane, okay, is that it kind of looks like a fish a little bit with wings.
Yeah.
But it also kind of looks like a bird a little bit. And I told you guys, the Germans had bird planes. World War I, bird planes that had wings that flapped and everything. And this kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It's very strange. Just pointing that out.
Falling from the plane to the ground. He is carved in mid-air. It is too bad that this carving is not fully visible because the moth.
Bike. Look at this bike right here. You see it?
It's totally a bike.
Yeah.
It's my bike. It's my bike.
Wow. This is crazy.
But you can still see one leg here and the other leg here. And if you look carefully, you can see his whole body as well. And watch this guy's reaction. He's watching the whole dogfight from the ground. And he's in complete shock that these guys are fighting in midair. He's pointing at the sky, and his friend is also looking up, trying to understand what is going on. How is such a scene carved in an 800-year-old temple? It definitely does not belong here, right? Did ancient builders use their psychic powers to look into the future and carve this scene? Or
Yeah, I don't
did
think
they
that.
time travel and
But see, that's the possibility that we all would swallow back in the day. You know,
Correct.
like they see the future, Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
And, oh look, yeah, no, this is what they had back then. You know, Uber's not new; it's old.
visit the 21st century, go back to 1205, and then carve the scene? Or are these carvings new? If so, why does it say that the temple was built 800 years ago? But we are going to find out what is going on. So let's look at the rest of the carvings.
Okay.
Here is a bicycle. This is very interesting. It is a bike carved in a Hindu temple. I have already shown you another temple in India with a bicycle carved on its walls. This is a second bicycle carved in another Hindu temple. And you can see him pedaling his bicycle, and it even has a basket in front of the bike.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, right.
She's on that bicycle, and then she gets caught in the
He saw in
tornado.
the future.
Who's making the rubber for these tires?
Right?
These are the questions that I have.
And there's some guy climbing a pole with some
Right
kind
here.
of cross.
Yeah, right here. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Didn't
Like a
they have
Knights
that-
Templar cross or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it does look like that. This is really bizarre. There's so much going on. Just
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
on top of bricks that have been melted, but the line between the bricks at the bottom, and it's really interesting because it cuts right there. There's no bleeding. There's no.
You know, it kind of looks like his back tire is flat to me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I give you that.
I want to fix that. Got any Fix-A-Flat? Here's a can of Fix-A-Flat carved right here next to the pole. Anyway, here we go.
Why do we see these crazy details in this temple? Let me show you the
dragon creature
caretaker
down there, too.
inside of
Yeah,
the temple.
yeah, I
His
saw
name
that.
is Agus. Listen to his explanation.
This temple had a war between the Dutch and Balinese. Okay. The war broke out in 1848 and 1849. And
See,
during
that's what I was thinking when you saw the guy shooting the guy in the car. I was thinking about the Franz Ferdinand assassination that started the First World War, and
And it looks like an old car like that too, Shepu.
yeah,
Yeah. That's interesting.
that's weird.
So what's that telling us? Okay. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
in front of this temple. In 1849, yeah, 1848 and 1849.
So they carved this 1849?
But this is after the war. Because in the war, this temple and this village is broken all.
Okay, this temple is broken.
Yeah, but the existence of this temple before the war around 12th century. Yeah.
So these carvings were added later. Is that what he's saying?
This temple and this
that's what
village
he
is
just
broken all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what
After
he
the
says.
war, around 1865,
It was
first
rebuilt.
my ancestor rebuilt this temple step by step. Okay.
So that's the answer. Even though this temple was originally built 800 years ago, these carvings were made just 159 years ago.
All right.
That's
so
why you are able to see.
either that's a false narrative to cover up the truth, or I mean, why would you do that? Why?
Either
in
that or
the
it's clickbait, make us watch it, and then he tells us it didn't happen. I don't know.
I'm serious though, like it's there. Okay, so if it's
I
there,
still had fun, even if it's all BS. I had fun.
but listen, it's not BS. The whole temple is probably from the 1800s.
Yeah, but I believe what he's saying, that they found this temple halfway destroyed and they rebuilt it.
And then they carved it in after some of this stuff existed.
Guy getting carjacked and a dude with a flat tire on his bike.
Yeah, but no, not that. Not that. But, I
See
don't
how
know.
far we've come. Get your ass carjacked and a flat tire, or flats in a Cadillac.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
crazy.
I don't know.
Maybe
No.
it wasn't a carjacking. Maybe he was carving the Kennedy assassination.
This could be. Look.
No,
could
look,
be
there's
a
the bus.
There's the two people in the back. There's
Yeah.
the driver.
Oh, there's a Kennedy. Oh, look, the suicide doors and all.
We're reconstructing a temple from 800 years ago, but you know what? Let's just carve something over here for the heck of it. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Make it make sense, Pooh.
And the airplane carved in this temple.
I see
I hope you
Chewbacca in the back of the car, so it doesn't make sense.
It kind of looks like, but the airplanes don't look like airplanes should look. I mean, they look like something.
Well, the fact that he's now changed it from an 800-year-old temple to one from 100 years ago, it kind of changes everything.
Whatever.
Still
I'm still
fun,
playing
though.
it.
Video, I am Praveen Mohan. Really? You think that's what happened? Something is terribly wrong about this explanation.
Exactly. Thank you.
Let's play that again.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, baby.
Temple before the war.
Hey, can you make it
around
larger?
12th
Yeah.
12th century. Yeah, that's the original. Yeah, but by the war,
There
this
you
temple and this village is open.
This guy,
all.
he needs to
Okay.
slow down with his speech here. I can't even keep up with him.
Well, you can hit it on slower speed.
Around 1865, first my ancestor revealed this temple step by step. Okay.
Did you catch the problem? The very first modern aircraft was not even ready in 1865.
Thank you.
Modern airplanes were first flown in 1903
Right.
by Wright brothers in the US. That only happened 38 years after these carvings. Believe it or not, these kind of cars also did not exist in 1865. At that time, the cars looked simplistic and they had not started commercial manufacturing, and they would not have reached this side of the world. These look very similar to the Ford Model T launched in 1908. So these kinds of cars also did not exist in 1865, the year when all this was supposedly carved. Even though he appears to give a rational explanation, he's still saying that they carved it with time travel abilities or psychic abilities.
So what's going on here is they're pushing the psychic ability thing, right? This guy who's talking to him, who's speed talking over here, is just repeating the fucking narrative that he was fed to tell people what this car's doing here.
Right. It's like the sign maker. This is just,
Exactly.
he's there to tell you what you're looking at.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
So when were they actually carved? Probably as late as 1950. Indonesia proclaimed its independence only in 1945, and the Dutch only accepted it in 1949. And dogfights, even though they began in 1913, they only became well known during World War II. So for sculptors to have witnessed aerial combat, cars and bicycles, they must have gone through more time. In all probability, these carvings were done after 1950.
Really?
Which means they're less than 75 years old.
I find that really
So
funny.
even though Agus, who is actually a lovely guy, mentions 1865 as the year of these carvings, they were probably done much later than that. This is disappointing, but this temple called
Yeah, but do you see what he says? They were probably done. Okay, that's not a definitive answer in my book. And to me, it looks just like everything else. It's muffed up. So what's going on here? Who do
And
we
what's funny
believe?
is that is a definitive answer in science. They say probably and maybe about everything they read.
They sure do. They sure do. And they say fun fact.
Fun fact.
Our theories are fun facts. So the guy who's there to regurgitate this muffed up narrative that makes no sense, he's wrong. He doesn't even know he's wrong. It's just lies and confusion, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You got to make it make sense. Why do we have in the Temple of Dendera, I think in Egypt, there's, what looks like hovering type of vehicles that hover and stuff, or what looks like planes and helicopters and stuff in the Temple of Dendera in Egypt? That's there.
Yeah, again, it's we don't know if it was there because all of these temples have been redone, replaced, repositioned. In the 1800s, they were almost all destroyed. You can see it in the oldest picture that they gave us. They're all, and then they have remodeled it, rebuilt it, replaced some stones, and it's hard to say what is real and what's not. It's
That's very true.
This is very true. Very, very true. And that's the name of the game in the short season of Satan. You don't know what's real and what's not. You don't know what's true and what's not. You don't know what's what about anything. We're meant to be lied to and confused in this time. So we never get the right answers and better understand what's going on and where we're at in the timeline. That right there, what we just saw, confuses the whole timeline back and forth, left and right, up and down. Okay?
Yeah.
Why would they want to do that? It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's what I got on that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Whether whatever you weigh in on it is good with me. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Yeah, we had fun. We were entertained.
Are you not entertained? Where's the drop for that, SHEPU?
Yeah, I never seen that temple before.
Me neither.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
There we go.
That's back when he used to be good looking.
Oh my God!
What? There was a second there when he was okay looking.
Yeah, no, yeah, but now I've
Not
seen
so
it.
much.
Well, the same could be said about what was that? Val Kilmer.
Oh God, Val is Valerie. I'm just saying. Val Kilmer now. He's an old lady.
Yeah,
Grandma Valerie.
Beautiful
Bring
woman,
up Val.
man, whatever.
Valerie. Val Kilmer.
Uh-oh, we're doing that. Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're going there.
We're going there.
I did a whole thing on this dude. He's an old lady now. Men and women age differently. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little old lady now. Didn't click that one, I guess. I know they said he had some kind of cancer or something. I don't know.
And they all get it, supposedly. Didn't Michael Douglas go through it and he couldn't talk and suddenly he's back in movies and, so I don't know. Who knows what's going on?
He looks like a little grandmother.
You're not showing anything.
Oh, I'm not shit.
We're.
Well, at least you told me, so that's
theater
good.
of the mind. We're just supposed to,
Whatever.
What?
I've been really slacking on the screen share stuff lately. All right, hold on. Where was it? Right here. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, I'll go for the scarf thing. Like what's his
Brandy's
name?
like scarves.
The Aerosmith guy wears the scarf.
He's got a flat forehead. He doesn't have a brow ridge. That's why his eyebrows were always thick like this, because he doesn't have a brow ridge. You can see it. Men's skin is 25% thicker than women's. If you don't believe me, look it up, okay? And you can see he's got soft, supple looking skin. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, exactly.
Oh, no, okay. As long as they're going down this road, pull up Mickey Rourke then and now.
Oh,
Ay.
Oh man, talk
9.5 weeks, baby.
Hey,
Did you ever see that movie?
now it's like 90.5 weeks.
90.5 weeks with some Geritol and a walker.
90.5 years, I guess. Is what
Oh my God. All right. What are we looking up here? What's his name?
Mickey Rourke. Get that kid. What was the one you were saying, G?
How do you spell Rourke?
Oh, yeah.
O-R. Who?
The Body Heat. what's that lady that's in that? Dang. Yeah, that one's really trippy.
Yikes, this guy is scary. He's got more Botox than Pamela Anderson. Where are we going here? Images?
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at him here. What did he do
That's
to
what
himself?
it kind of looks like now.
What did he do to himself?
I don't even know.
There was a split second he was hot.
Right?
It was like 1992 for like 5 minutes he was hot.
Kathleen Turner, that's who you're talking about, Jeannie.
Oh, Kathleen Turner.
Oh,
Don't even get me started on Kathleen Turner. Okay?
Well, let's go. It's
Let
too
me
late.
tell you about Kathleen
It's too
Turner.
late. You're started. Type in Kathleen Turner then and now. That'll get
Welcome to the party, pal.
Kathleen
Turner. And put then and now. That's always
Turner.
Yeah, 'cause
Singing.
she was body heat, man. She was like,
Oh, yeah. You know what? She was another one of those flat-chested girls that ran around with no bra on in all those movies. Do you remember back in those movies? They always had these women with these real thin shirts on, and they had no bra on all the time.
I'm not familiar with
No?
that movie. I'll start looking
Okay, well,
for
you
research
watch-
purposes, but
Anyway, the point being is that this is before boob jobs and stuff.
for research, Didi. I said research.
Okay,
Jen
hold on.
wants me to look it
What was
up.
she thinking here? You got to hear this thing.
Not for
I don't even
me.
think I put the volume on with it. I'm gonna have to put
I'll
volume
do it
on.
with my eyes closed. Why are we watching? What is this?
Hold on, just be quiet. I'm finding something here. You'll love this. Just give me a second. I got it.
Be quiet. It's the Today
on, I
Show.
I got to go to the part where he is singing. Okay, he's a baritone for Christ's sake. And the guys that can get really high notes, they're castratos. Castrated, castrato, Bullock. Anyway, let me just go back here and put the volume on because I don't think I hit that for this. So let's just get there. Okay, here we go.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
And there's nowhere else you'd rather be,
Even
baby.
worse with the echo.
All right, here we go. You ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Yes,
Here
we're
we go.
ready. We're ready.
Who can sing Old Man River in the original key.
That's amazing.
First off, did you hear the way she just said that in the original key? Okay, it's a dude all day long. This was a sex symbol.
Oh yeah.
This person.
People
Are
don't
you
believe
Can you
it.
sing a little for us?
Old Man River.
Oh my goodness.
Old Man River.
That voice immortalized Jessica Rabbit, the animated sex pot, which Turner did when she was 9 months pregnant.
The day my water broke, I was recording Jessica Rabbit.
Okay, let's just stop right there. Let's just go back for a second, okay? Do you see this sloping forehead and this receding hairline here? Yeah. See this neck? Do you see the way her skin looks like rubber? Because she's a dude with makeup plastered all over it. That's what it looks like when you do that to it.
And she got the name again to go with it.
Over the most.
Yeah, Turner. Might as well be like
Turn, yeah.
Janice Dickinson. First supermodel, Janice Dickinson.
That front hole or back hole?
It's all the holes.
Production character, we
Any
know.
hole you want it to be. I need a
Be
little
all
bit
that you can be.
Waddling in and out. Yes.
Wildly pregnant.
Oh, yes.
And people still.
Oh yes.
And that's the other thing they got to throw in your face. Make sure you know that she had pregnancy in her water.
Look, she's got
Yeah,
this
look
little
at her
top
there.
on, little white top. She's got no boobs because guys don't have boobs. Okay, she's got these like. It's just like
She's
she always
got
had no
broader
bra.
shoulders than the dude.
Yeah.
What's that guy? Mike? John Hurt.
Her biggest hit, Romancing the Stone.
Oh, and this guy right here, what's his name again?
Michael Douglas. We were just
Michael
talking about him.
Michael Douglas. He loves the tranny man, Mr. Keys. He was in what was it? With oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart right now. Glenn Close. What was it called? Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
Where they're like all hot and bothered like through the whole movie and stuff. Well, we know Glenn is a guy. There's that. Just saying.
I need your help. That's my new career. I think it was some of the most fun I had. I was back in South America where I grew up.
You hear the voice on this thing.
How can yeah, it's
Okay.
And Michael and I were like a gang of kids.
And yet you also describe having an affair with Michael Douglas.
No, almost. I wanted to. I thought we were falling madly in love. And he was separated from his first wife. And I was unattached.
Neck is really weird looking. You know who another one is? Angelica Houston. Angelica Houston. Did a whole video on that thing too. Are you guys still here?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you got really
You
quiet.
didn't lose anyway with this talk.
I know, right? I mean, I could lose the whole stream though.
Well,
Anyway.
you know how to say it. You're dancing around.
I'm trying my best here, guys, to do it. Okay, these
are all only Jen's opinion. None of this is true. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, these shims don't age well. Okay, I'm just saying they don't age well. This is why they usually get a ton of plastic surgery and all this stuff like that. But then when they really start to age, they really
This
start.
one might be the worst one.
manliness. And this is another one who has that weird rubber-looking neck. Like,
She's turning
yep.
into Herman Munster or something. What the heck's going on there?
Look at this. Are you kidding me? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm being realistic here.
Maybe
Okay.
it's a mask, and she really is like some creature in her.
Okay, well then let's look at Angelica when she was young. We'll see what we see there. Oh, okay, here she is. Yeah, dressed like a dude even.
Right.
What's she telling
Okay.
you there? No bra.
Are you
Nipples
these
all out.
guys-
Like, where's the
look
nipple
at that.
tweaker guy? Get him over here so we get our nipples nice and hard for this shot. Look at these
Okay,
shoulders. You see
everything
these
about
shoulders right
that.
here?
And look how she's sitting. No girl sits like
Right.
that.
Girls that sit like that get this like that. Just like my mom said, but this isn't a girl. This is a guy. Wow. Okay. What's going on here? Men's skin is 25% thicker than women's. Don't believe me? Look it up. Straight up and down torso. This thing has shoulders wider than the hips. I don't know what happened. It's
You're
Jabba
looking
the
a little
Hutt
Jabba
going
the
on
Hutt
here. I
there,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
Take
God, the
Jabba
mask is
now.
melting.
Yeah, it's not good.
She needs a scarf.
Yeah, get the scarf guy over here. We need a scarf.
No,
It up.
somebody needs to
All right, let
get a
me look.
scarf.
Angelica Houston, the younger years. Younger years. I think I've done videos on practically everybody in Hollywood so far. Okay, hello. Look at this. That's a boy, not a girl.
I found a few that were girls, but you complained that I go too far back in history.
What's that? What is that?
Is that the same
Put a 1
person?
in the chat if you think that looks like a guy. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that's Angelica Houston.
That's
female.
supposed to be her?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling
That's
you, when
totally
you
a
go look
dude.
at the young pictures and then the old pictures, forget about all the in-between stuff.
If you show anyone anywhere that picture, they'd say it's a dude if they didn't even know who it was.
Every day of the week. It's very shimmy. Very, very shimmy suspect. Okay, there's that one. Because this was a model. She was a model, or he was a model. Again, that's a guy all day long. When you
Wow.
see him walking down a runway, straight as a pole, up and down, no curves.
Yeah, she looks better as a boy.
And she had an affair with Jack
Wow.
Nicholson.
Look at that. Look at that one.
Yeah. So
I mean, for me, I see someone wearing a wig. I mean, that's what I see there.
yeah.
Wow.
There's a couple of other ones that are compelling. I mean, look at this one. Look at the dude arm here. Okay. Look at this jaw.
Yeah.
And they like to dress up like men too. That one's not too bad. Again, like I said here, the shoulders are wider than the hips. It's straight up and down torso.
Okay, now do Chuck Schumer's wife.
Who the hell's Chuck Schumer? I don't even know who that is.
Type in Chuck Schumer's wife.
All right.
You'll enjoy it. Trust
All
me.
right, I got it. All right, hold on. Let me just see if there's any other young pictures here. I did a whole video. It got taken down with all the other crap. I had some really good old pictures of her. Okay, Chuck Schumer's wife.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh, what's going on here? Yikes. No bueno.
Put a one in the chat if that looks like a dude wearing pearls.
There's 2 in the chat. If you think the wheels fell off this thing years ago. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, how about what's her name from Chicago? Oh, fucking I can't think of her name right now. She used to be a black mayor in Chicago. I did a video on her too. Her, whatever the fuck it is.
A what? She was a what?
Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot partner. Now this is supposed to be a female gay relationship, okay? You tell me. Oh, let me get rid of this fucking shit. Look, tell me what's going on here. You tell me, guys.
Hilarious.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's hilarious.
It is. It really is. They're all about it too, man. This is not a gay relationship. It's a deception.
Yeah.
It's just for show to propagate that narrative and be all inclusive. They want you to be accepting of what the Most High will not accept.
Right.
If they get you to accept it, well, then you're going against the Most High. It doesn't matter how Christian you say you are, and everybody's got it right. Love is love. It is what it is, and all this other shit that they're saying nowadays. No, it goes against the natural order of things. 2 men cannot go forth and make and propagate. 2 women cannot go forth and multiply. It's impossible. Okay, that's a dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell this thing is.
I know. I covered it. She's one of the ones.
Plane on this forehead over here. I'm not sure what's happening there,
Like
but
someone from
look at
Gotham
this. Now they're
City or
kissing in public, and everybody's clapping. Yeah, that's just not right. Yeah, I did.
And I don't know. Have you seen any current pictures of Bruce Jenner? He's looking like a woman now.
No,
too.
I haven't seen him at all.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to really avoid that thing. What was it, Bruce Jenner?
Yeah, right. But that was put into our consciousness to be more accepting of what's coming, like we've been seeing now. Now, supposedly, what's that?
What they're trying to do is get everybody to go against God in some way, and if they can get you through peer pressure and the mainstream narrative that they're pushing forth to accept it, then you're going against God. At the end of the day, that's what Lucifer wants.
Right.
And in my opinion, who are we looking up now?
I don't know. Who's next?
I don't know. Give me a name.
You got a name down there, hon? I'm scared to say that. Olivia Dukakis.
Oh.
Olympia Dukakis. Olympia Dukakis. You say it 3 times. Does she show up somewhere? Oh, God.
Olympia Dukakis, sexy old woman.
I don't think it's spelled the way you're thinking. And she was like the wife of like a guy that ran for president, didn't he? Yeah, there you go. It's filled it in. Yeah, you're close. Look down below.
I don't know how to spell this shit.
You're good. You're good. You
Oh,
found
look, it's Cher. See her right there. See her.
Oh,
Cher.
yeah, we can
They
go
want you
over
to see
that
him.
one.
They want you to see her.
All right, so where is
it?
she?
Okay.
No, well, there we
all
go.
right. I never looked this one up.
There's a new one for her, Jeannie.
It is. Good one, Jeannie. You tell me, guys. What do you think?
What did you say, Jeannie? In a show? Yeah. She's in a show that she actually plays a transvestite, so go figure.
Oh, see? And you know what? Glenn Close did the same thing. He
Glenn.
all his manliness out in some movie. Glenn. How many women do you know named Glenn? How many guys do you know named Tucker? Okay.
Tucker.
Tucker, yeah. Glenn Close. Let me see. It should just come up in these pictures here or something. Good old Glenn. Used to be a sex symbol as well. Another one.
Yeah, that was the Fatal Attraction lady, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was a hot scene, even if it was 2 guys
Oh,
or a woman and
no,
a
when
guy
I
and a girl.
was seeing that movie now, knowing what I know, it is disgusting.
Well, I can't watch it now. I'm thinking back in the
you
day.
know what you know. It's disgusting to see that. It really is.
I actually haven't watched
I
that
don't care who
movie.
I'm offending right now. I don't care about this L whatever QPT and all this other stuff. It's disgusting. what you do in your private time or whatever, but if you're trying to force this on other people and make them accept it and say, oh, this is such a sex symbol, beautiful woman, all this other crap.
Okay, we're getting Dolly Parton in the chat.
Okay.
What was the ones I found? Two that I got two that were actually women. Remember? I think
Yes,
one
you
was,
did. You did.
Yeah.
Who was it? I forget.
I'll have to think of them again. I think one of them was Don Wells from Gilligan's Island. But you know what? I also have a theory too. I think some of these.
Look at this forehead right here. I'm sorry. Just look at it.
You know how some say, like, if you type in that Federer dude, whatever that guy's name in the Congress, whatever, there's been like 5 different heads of that guy. He keeps changing, and we just accept it. And we know that they have body doubles and stuff for like politicians and things. I think at some level, some of these people in the beginning were women, and then they, trade them out, and suddenly they're this. And it's because, like, think of how many Chers are singing right now, like in Vegas and stuff, and they're all men pretending to be Cher. So maybe, like, I'm not saying her, but maybe like the original person was a woman, and then they switch it out on us, and now, here we are.
I didn't space this here. Hold on. I hear you. I'm listening.
Okay, I hope so.
I'm trying to multitask. I got one good ear that works, and I'm trying to listen to you and think about what I'm typing here. Okay, hold on. I didn't want to hit that. Look at this, guys. This is Glenn Close in his natural form right here. A man.
You're right. Look at that.
Yeah.
And they say that was for a movie role. That's like,
yeah, they say it was for a movie role.
He's like, thank God I don't have to look like this for one day.
Look at this. Look, just
my
look
goodness.
at it, guys.
Okay, that's
okay?
ridiculous.
I'm not making it up. It's right there.
Do you see that one, hon? My goodness.
Let me close this real quick and go back over here. Here's another picture of him. I mean, now that looks right to me.
Yeah.
That is a dude right there.
And another way that they're making us like have it in our consciousness, like Snapchat and all these apps and stuff, you can face swap and make a guy a girl. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah, but what they're doing here is presenting these people as really the sex that they're presenting them as, when that's not the case. And these people are sex symbols and stuff. It's to confuse the heterosexual men.
Correct.
You guys are the ones who should be concerned about this, because it's you guys who think that these people are fucking hot. And why doesn't my woman look like that? Well, your woman's never going to look like that, because your woman does not have male skeletal structure or male DNA. So there's that. No matter how much you cut off and add on and throw makeup and jewelry on it, it's never going to be a woman.
Then they're taking it to the next generation. That's why everything's like so many genders and stuff, because they're making it so you can't tell a man from a woman on purpose.
Exactly.
It's part of the confusion.
It's all about lies, deception, and confusion. He's the father of lies and confusion, and he cannot create anything. He can only take what's already created, man and woman, and mess with it. So what he wants to create out of this man and woman is a hydrogeny, a blending of it to create this other thing that we have to all be inclusive with and stuff, and change our whole lives and bathrooms and everything for.
Now, Sue's saying to look at General Hospital Hallmark movies. Now, Sue, don't mess up our Christmas Hallmark movies. I mean, you saying they're all guys? I hope not.
They probably are.
Yeah, I know. It is.
I'm not surprised
It
at
is
this
what it
point.
is.
Look at this. He's like, what? Get me out. Oh no. I take my little baller hat and get my car and go drive the wheels off of it so the tires fall off. All right.
And they mentioned Elvis, and he wears the tightest pants ever.
Elvis.
And there's nothing there. It's like
Tell you,
Trump.
Elvis pissed off a lot of people when I did that one, because everybody loves Elvis and they think he's so awesome and manly, and if he moves like that in bed, he's just so wonderful.
And it's the same thing with Trump. There's like nothing down there, and he has a lot of women features, and MAGA is the highest form of a witch.
There you go. Now, why does Donald Trump have such big, bushy eyebrows? This guy's a fucking billionaire practically. He can't get somebody to come in and trim that shit down? No, because then you would realize he has no brow ridge. Anyway, who am I looking up now?
I don't know. I got lost.
Somebody said somebody. I'm trying to think who I can look up. I don't know. Is anybody saying anything in the chat? I can't see the chat right now.
What do we got in the chat? Well, Milton Berle is dressed in drag. Again, that's part of the predictive programming. They had it on TV way back in the 50s, and it was cool because it was funny, you know. No, I don't see anybody else naming anything. Yeah, we did talk about Elvis.
I can
You
look
can bring
up
him
Elvis.
up. Yeah, I don't think we
Okay.
saw him, though.
Yeah, we'll look up Elvis.
Oh, and somebody wants Barbara Streisand. Yentel, says
Oh,
Jenny.
man. I have never done Barbara Streisand. I haven't done that one.
I haven't either. Done.
Okay, Elvis has a he's got his skin's very soft and supple looking. He's got small mouth. Okay, he doesn't really have much of a brow ridge at all. He wears the big bouffant hairdo, just like Cher does, and also Bruno Mars and Justin Bieber. Always had these, like, you know, these big front kind of hairdo things. They're called bouffant or something.
You're saying Justin Bieber is Justine
Bieber. Yeah. Look, see, he's got a straight up and down
Justin
forehead.
Bieber is a woman.
Yes, it's Justine Bieber. For
I'm
sure.
saying it different than you, but keep going.
Justin Bieber, whatever the fuck is it.
Just
Anyway,
a
there's no
beaver
brow
is
ridge
what-
here, guys. There's no brow ridge. I'm just saying. Okay. See these lips and all. It's just it's and when you see, you know, different other things with, I can't find all the pictures that I used for the video, but I had some really good pictures. Especially when he was a kid. Young Elvis, man. It's a girl. It's a fucking girl all day long. Just, you're gonna have to go look it up for yourselves because I don't have time to do all this tonight.
Do your own research.
Yeah, do your own damn research. I already did this. Made so many videos on this.
All right,
stuff.
let's look up Yentl because we haven't. You said you haven't. Barbara Streisand.
Okay, you said Yentl. That's what it
Well,
was.
that's what they're saying in the
Yeah.
chat. That's which. Yeah,
Barbara Streisand.
I haven't looked this one up either, so I don't know what we're gonna find.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's getting haggard in her old age.
Wow.
She should start drinking some distilled water.
I'm telling you, and I probably would still watch it again. I love that movie. What's Up, Doc? Her in.
That was a good one. I remember that.
Yeah. Back when she was pretty and cute and a woman.
Yeah. See, I'd have to look at her in a bikini here and see what's going on with the rest of the body here. Like, let's see, bikini. Okay, now here we go. Here, oh, whoever this is right here has an Adonis belt. Who's this? What's his name right here? Adele. Okay, see that? That's a V.
But I thought Adele was really big.
All I
Right.
know is whoever this chick is a dude. You can see it comes in, goes down to right there, and then comes up and goes over there. That's no bueno.
Yeah,
Just
and
saying.
we know. I mean, those things have been added too up above. So
Okay, so this person, this is her here. She does have a curve, okay?
Yeah.
And her curve is coming in above the belly button, which is how it should be.
So how about this? Let's say she started out as a woman in these early movies, and at some point they switch her out and she becomes something else. I mean, maybe or she is a woman. That's part of the whole deception.
Well, she's ish, if you know what I mean. Streisand, right?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
of the
Right.
Ish.
Yeah.
that might be why they let her in, because maybe
Yeah.
she's a high level ish.
But it's part of the deception. They'll have some real women in there
Yes.
along with other things.
That's the level of confusion we're working with here. And of course, they're always sex pots and pinup girls, Marilyn Monroe, all this stuff. Yeah, see, her curve is coming in way above her belly button. That's where my curve comes in at.
So this we probably would say is woman.
Yeah.
Now look, and she's even got like a woman's stomach instead of like they have six packs now and stuff, you know. All right,
Yeah.
so try Don Wells. That's the one that I think I
Don
got.
Wells? Are you kidding me right now?
What?
Don Wells, isn't that like,
DAWN
isn't
Wells.
it? I know how to spell it. I'm just saying, isn't he an old dude?
What? No, DAWN,
Oh,
not
sorry.
Don.
I think it said Don. Is it Dawn
I did
or Don?
Don.
Okay, speak English.
I think that's her name. We'll see. You
Hold
put a
on.
Q in there. You put it in a Q, but we'll see. It'll probably work. Now you have
Dawn.
Dan.
Dawn of the Dead.
I might not even have her name right. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
her.
Okay, this is Ginger. I mean, not
Yeah,
Ginger, Marianne.
Marianne.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what you said last time.
kinda
And then you
looks-
said, why does Ceiling Fan keep coming up with these really old pictures?
Yeah. Like all. Anyway, yeah, I only focused on a few people from back in the day, like not all the shows. But yeah, she looks kind of legit. I gotta look at her in a bathing suit again. Here, hold on.
But again, that's why I think that they do this is to confuse people, because then you just assume everyone is a woman or everyone's a man, and then they mix
Well, you
it
know
up.
who isn't a woman is what the heck is her name?
Ginger.
No. What's her fucking name? I can't think of her name right now. Fuck, it's leaving my head.
Yeah, look at that Tina Louise. See, to me, that's the we should look at her hip thing.
Who?
Tina Louise. She's in the picture. She's Ginger. See her in the black and white photo.
Yeah, she's got this weird torso thing, like she had a rib removed or something. I think
Right
she's a
there.
dude. I think she's a woman. I don't know what's going on with this dude right here. He's all confused and muffed up. This right here is a dude all day long. Yeah,
See how they would do it in the same show. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah, why would they want to fuck up and confuse men into thinking that these men are actually women and to get them to lust after them? It's because you're going against the natural order of things. Men are supposed to be with men. They're supposed to be with women and be attracted to women because that's how it works.
And Jenny, Michael Obama's an easy one. Even Obama calls his wife Michael, and then Joan Rivers called her. Yeah. Okay, that's a cartoon.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know. If you didn't tell me, I would have never have known. Thank you, CFM.
What I'm here for.
Oh, look at this. What's going on here?
Whoa, who's that? That's another cartoon.
You want to go with WWE women wrestlers? I can do that all day
Oh,
long.
no,
too. I've
please
covered
no.
all those
Don't do
fucking
that.
trainees.
Those are nasty.
I know, right? There's no women in women's wrestling. There's no women in fucking women's sports at all. Okay. And all those football things that you guys watch with the girls in the bikinis playing football, they're all dudes. What's it called? I don't even know what it's called. It's called some kind of football. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No? What's it called? It's called
Lingerie ball.
who?
What?
Lingerie. Like
lingerie
Lingerie football?
Lingerie ball.
I don't know.
Wow.
How about bikini football?
I remember when they had the,
It's called lingerie football.
remember they'd have the cats playing.
All right, let's check out these dudes. Okay, this girl's got a nice butt right here. She might be real. I can appreciate a nice butt. Anyway.
Yeah, there
let's
you go.
take
Look at
one.
the six pack on that one.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with him. Her. Look on. This one might be a girl. This one looks like a dude, though. I don't know.
Well, okay, the middle one there, number 12.
Yeah.
Those are definitely added on top, and then the crazy stomach, and then I almost see the V pattern going in on that.
Yeah, his
right
hands
side.
were right there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me close this part and see what else we got here. It's called fantasy football, I think. That's what it is. Fantasy football.
We'll try that. Because right now you're looking at bikini footnall.
Yeah, I know. I had to think of what it was. Fantasy football. I haven't looked this up in years.
Fantasy footnall.
Football. I know I didn't spell it right. Sorry.
Fantasy
I'm
football.
typing fast and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't even smoked yet. I haven't smoked all day. That's what's wrong. It's not
Is
here.
that the issue?
I don't have it.
That got us nowhere.
Well, I can tell you one thing. That guy from the Patriots.
Jen, it's LFL, the Lingerie Football League. That's what it's called, really.
FL.
Not NFL. LFL.
LFL. Is that
Yeah,
Ladies
just-
Football League?
yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, just
I see it. I got it. I'm good. Somebody needs to bring me a joint. All right, let's check this out. I can't get any good shots here. Let's see what we got going over here. Got a bunch of butts. This isn't a good one either.
No. You type in Victoria's Secret models.
I could do that, yeah.
Now you're good. Yeah.
That is Victoria's Secret. It's Vic.
Victor. Exactly. Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot here. Maybe I can see an Adonis belt here or some other little things are covering it up. This one here's got a straight up and down torso. You see this belly? There's no curve. This one too, actually. It just looks like a little V coming in there. This one right here might be real because it's got a sway in her back. Women have that, and men don't. Okay, what's going on here?
Imagine all the people that left early. Stupid.
This girl's ass is eating her bottoms right here. Just saying. Anyway, who else do you want to look up? Who do you want me to look up? Anything? Anybody? You know, Salt from Salt and Pepper, or Pepper, I mean, from Salt and Pepper. Ooh, that's a dude all day long. And I got a whole.
Yeah, that's a man all day. Yeah.
All right, what am I doing? I'm getting tired, guys.
Yeah, I think it's getting. I think we're at that stage.
Yeah, I think we are too.
Yeah, we're at 30 hours, 35 minutes.
Yeah. And the longer you stay on this, the more danger you create. So I think we should just start wrapping up.
Yeah, I think Mickey might have been, you know, a woman. I think that's what's going on. What is this? Has he got a wig on here? What is that?
He's looking very close to the Michael Myers look there. You know,
that is
Halloween.
exactly, dude. Right.
Like you put a screenshot of that and the Halloween mask is very similar, I bet.
That's all kinds of muffed up. All right. You know, yeah, he used to be semi good looking back in the day. Like,
Yeah,
this.
I mean, look at it right
5
there.
seconds, he was hot.
Yeah.
9.5 weeks. I think that's what this is from. I can't even slide it over. What the F, bro?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, look at him. He looks like he's like, and anyway, let me just go back to that one image real quick. There he is, right here. Whole 5 minutes he was hot, and then after that it was all downhill. It was always creepy though. And look at this picture. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
He's looking like Valerie's sister. Wow. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, wow. What happened? What happened to these people? That's what happens when you suck Satan's cock. You get this.
Even Johnny Depp's looking very like old lady-ish. Have you seen him lately?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're all looking like old ladies.
You'll know them by their feet, and you'll know them by their skin when they age.
Yeah.
For sure. And then
The mask, the Mike Myers mask. Do you know where it comes from?
No.
The story is so funny because they were searching for a scary mask in a Halloween store or something, and they didn't find any. The one that they found, it was a mask of William Shatner as Star Trek, and that's the mask that they used. They just changed the color of it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Look it up. It's so funny.
I think William Shatner's a woman.
The Mike Myers. Yeah. Also good.
Sure.
Good also.
Okay, I just want to reiterate this because there's some stuff I didn't touch over here. If you guys want to go or anything, that's fine. But I know you're getting tired and stuff. But again, here, you can see the grid coming through here. Go back over here. You can see more of it peeking through. Even where it's not rendered all the way, you can see it. This is why they're not giving us all the rendering. It's just, it's the innards of the motherboard is what we're seeing. And I think what we're seeing here, this melted out part is this. It's just more melted out, looking like this. I'm just saying. Now I got to figure out where Turkey is. Where the hell's Turkey at? Where am I? I don't even know where the hell I'm at. Holy crap. I got to go over here. No, I got to go over here. I'm so lost. Where am I? Where the fuck am I? I can't find it. Oh, shit.
And I looked at that SHEPU. That is weird. It is the one they use for William Shatner.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny that you even know that is what's funny.
Oh, I like odd trivia. I'll probably be locking that away too.
Did you know? Where am I going here?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm close.
I've only got a few more
right
minutes
here.
here for you. And I'm
You can
tapped
go.
out.
It's all right. I'll
Okay.
forget you.
Kick me
You're
out.
staying. You're staying in class. Don't fuck with teacher. All right, look, here it is. Here's the grid. It's coming through right here. There's all those little dots on the computer board, on the motherboard right there.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. There's so much more. If I can find it. It's over here somewhere. Maybe it's not over here. I don't like it when you guys get real quiet.
Well, we're waiting. We're watching where you're going.
I keep thinking I'm off. I got kicked off or something. This is very grid system looking. It's not rendered all the way, obviously. I'm just saying it's, you can almost see right through it. Again, here's more of those dots running all through here. Here you can see more of the grid system starting to pop out. And there was another spot I had. I think maybe it was over here somewhere. Yeah, I remember this long thing. Here. No, is that it? Yeah, they're over here. There's some more dots. Look at how perfect these are in a row and stuff. And then there's this. This right here is my thumbnail, guys. This right here, just this is 18 miles. 18 miles long.
Yeah.
Be 20 kilometers.
Yeah. So where else are they hiding? Right.
Okay. I'm just trying to make it all make sense. Do I have definitive proof that I'm correct on this? You know, no, I can only go by what I'm showing you here and what I'm seeing. You know, if you have another theory, kudos to you. But to me, it looks like the grid system. Like here, it did not melt away enough that you can actually see the girders like we did before. I'm just calling them that, the structure beneath. But, you know, it's not natural. It's just not what we would consider to be natural. Again, here's more of those dots perfectly lined up. Here it gets kind of component looking as you go in here. They didn't render it enough though. Not really looking at that. Again, there's these things here as well. And just from this vantage point, you can start to see the underneath motherboard poking through. And then over here, of course, you actually see it.
Yeah.
Same. And you can say, oh, well, that's just some kind of pixelation. Well, then why isn't it like that everywhere? Why is it just here and there and a little bit here, whatever? You know, I'm not buying that narrative or whatever narrative your little brain comes up with to try to justify it. I love how, you know, people can come up with their own little narratives to explain something away, but they don't want to hear or even engage or even entertain the thought of what you're trying to put forth. You know, your mind's like a parachute. They both work better when they're open. Just saying. All right, what else we got here? I'm going to get off here in just a second, guys. There's one more thing I wanted to look at, though.
And I agree, Patty. Mod is a dude. Just saying.
Oh, Mod is a dude for sure. 100%. 100%. Look at this, SHEPU. Wow. Look at how square this thing is right here. Like a processor or a chip. Is he still with us, SHEPU?
Yeah. I'm looking. It looks like something melted right there.
Yeah, it's real square looking. Just saying. I mean, you know, I'm just trying to put the pieces together and see what's going on here. And seems to be a lot going on underwater that they don't want us to know about.
Right. And then there's Mod.
And then there's Mod.
You know, I'm going to have to get a drop for that now.
You could probably get a lot of good drops off that show and maybe a few other ones.
Well, I'm just saying that. And then there's Mod. I mean, what are they trying to tell us? Whoever heard of it? Someone named Mod. My God.
No, when you look up Mod, I think it's a guy's name. I think I looked it up a long time ago.
Where here in Quebec, there's a lot of people called Mode. It's all women. It's called Mode in French.
Oh, a la mode, like with ice cream. But...
Like pie a la mode? Okay. Okay, so right here, this line coming up through here, down, and then over here, if you look closely, it's got lines within the lines. That looks exactly like what's on the computer board under the first layer of the motherboard, where the components sit. Around the components, you have these. Am I right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with you guys?
What? We're listening. I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. Yes.
Well, it looks just like what we saw on the fucking first layer.
Yes, it does. Just like that first
Do you
fucking
concur
layer.
or not? You can disagree. I'm okay with it. Sometimes I think people are afraid of me. Or like,
I was
No, I think we're just-
reading stuff.
I agree with you, and then go walk away and be like, she's nuts.
No, I wouldn't walk away and say that. I'd tell it to your face. Don't worry.
I know you would. That's why I respect you, CFM.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because I would tell you to your face. Look, I never say anything about anybody behind their back that I would not say to their face. And everybody and anybody who's ever known me knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. That's all I'll tell you. Look at this. What's all this? What is all this? I'm just asking a question. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what this is. And put a 2 in the chat what it is. I just don't know. I don't know. There it is, though. It's all over. It's everywhere. I think these are those little things that we saw on the computer board. They get worse through here, too. Look.
Yes.
I mean, you got to make it make sense. CFM, you're staying after class to clean erasers.
I feel like I'm already after class. I think the bell already rang.
We're going in overtime here on this class.
I feel like I'm in detention, SHEPU. Do you too? I mean, over in France, it's probably like 2 a.m.
Hey, get out of line.
Ah.
Look at this mess right
Yeah,
here.
look, that's
It's muffed up.
slow down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all muffed up. Melted, muffed up.
You know, it's funny, all the different oceans, there's actually just one.
There's only one ocean, guys.
They just name
The
it
world
different
ocean.
things. So when God floods the whole earth, then when the oceans recede, that's why you see the continents, because everything else is under the water.
Okay, wow, look at this.
And if Earth wasn't completely connected all under the water, how could they lay cables instead of fly satellites? It's all
Yeah.
the same.
Make it make sense. What is this? What's this? What's going on here?
I don't have an
That's-
answer.
I showed this on the last show. Look, it's a component. Look, it comes down. These are the individual pieces. They're all connected here. But you can see the spaces between them. They can run down here, run back over here to this stuff. It's crazy. And then it goes back into the melt. It's really crazy. I don't know. I find it really fascinating. Just like, can't stop. And here, if you just look a little closely and maybe like squint a little, you can see the board underneath of it. You really can. At least I can. All right. You know, this isn't Catholic school. You don't have to be totally silent. I'm just saying. Look at this. Maybe I did get kicked off now.
No,
This
you
went
did.
really dark on me.
We're here.
Not. But yeah, the blurry stuff. It's why do they leave the blurry and not blurry there? That's the
Yeah. What he said.
So, because we would see the whole thing in its entirety and they can't let us see it. So they're going to give us these little slivers and blur out the rest.
Yeah.
I concur.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't take much to make me happy. Just don't fuck with me. Okay, again, this is very component looking here on the grid system. Zoom in here. What's going on here? I don't know. Looks like a computer to me. Everybody's getting tired. All right,
concur.
we're done. I'm done. If I don't force myself off of it, I'll never get off of it.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Well, CFM, I would love if you could take us out with a prayer tonight for everybody who needs prayers, including your family as well.
Oh, my goodness.
You're just so good at that, and I really like to hear it.
Okay, well, I will say, dear Father in heaven, please guide us through these times. Watch over us. Give us the patience and the grace to be able to go through these times and be patient for others that have not been enlightened to these ideas yet. And help us during these times with our ailments. If we're dealing with health issues, help us with our families. Help us with our loneliness. Help us with all the things that are coming after us in the spiritual world that is attacking your children. We ask you to please send the Holy Spirit and comfort us and protect us and guard us from evil and help us all as a group heal and hear the word of God so that we can feel in our hearts and know that the gathering of all of the beautiful souls are coming close to God's bosom, and we look forward to it with joy in our hearts, and keep us filled with that idea and the joy that we can give, only you can give to us as we go through these times, that we don't forget it and that we feel your love around us all the time. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And deliver us from evil.
I thought I had
Praise
that.
ya.
Thank you, CFM. Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. God bless you. And what a treat to hang out with you both. And so,
if we can keep it fun and lighthearted, and that includes the people who like to come in and cause havoc and all this other stuff, strife and everything. We're all trying to figure things out, and we all have different ideas about things and stuff like that. But I think the main thing is to keep joy and love in our heart and have fun. You know what I mean? Not to, stifle each other, stomp on each other, tear each other down, and all this other bullshit, That's why I always say you'll know them by their fruits. And, that's just not how we roll.
And I'll throw at you real quick. I mean, I haven't really decided, but I might move my Friday this week to Thursday night. And if either one of you are available, maybe we'll hang out or so. Because there are people that still watch all, the World Series starts Friday night. And it is my mom's team, the Dodgers. So, I'll probably be invested a little bit, and other people will too. So I'll probably switch to Thursday. So if either of you are available, we can hang out on Thursday and see what we can shake out. So,
all right, I'll be there.
Oh, excellent. All right. And then you just let me know.
SHEPU will be there too.
All right, you both. Thank you for having me.
I love you guys. Let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. And we are out of here. I'm just going to figure out
Bye,
what's
everyone. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rebellious in all ways, been sinner since birth. He knew that it would happen when he put us on this earth. We demonize religion, brought corruption to the church. We know the price of everything, but we don't know the worth. We spend all of our time idolizing false prophets. Comparison's the enemy, stop watching others' pockets. The social system's broken, we divide on every topic. They fabricate the truth and we all monetize the gossip. We know the problems and we see them but don't want to change. We're desensitized to every issue cause they let us profit off of people's pain. In this dystopian age, we are the game that he plays. And all the evil, deceitful people should shake our faith. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our God is an awesome artist. In perilous times we seek his grace as the world and the times we face turn fake in the face of the devil's mirages. In the midst of the pain just stained in the media's push of all this garbage, I pray that you keep your faith as the whole world breaks and the real get disregarded. It's about time that we take it back. The weight's too great for the camel's back. Strong men made life an easy task, and now the weak men feminize and react. In the church church, in the workplace, every class, on the television screen, in the state of rap. All virtues gone and it's fade to black. We in hell on earth and it's gon' collapse. Integrity's lost, hedonism, we incentivize gods on the way the revolution will be televised. Gone too far, don't know if we can rectify. At those gates we will testify. So I'm saying it now so they counteract clockwise. We are living in times where the wicked is all rise, the intelligent fall, while the stupid is all drive, and the real get pushed aside. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with men on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn.